Starting a little early tonight. Welcome back to the Ren. I'm Russ Eisenstein. It's Ohio and Toledo. First pitch came at 5:56. Game time temperature right around 70 degrees on a beautiful night in southeast Ohio. Brad Boss will lead it off for the Rockets against Eddie Cutt. 1-1 is the count, and the left-hander from California will let her loose, and this is hopped foul up the first base side. It is 1-2. So the lineups for you in center field is Brad Boss, who'll lead it off. John Cervello will hit second, the right fielder. Chris Myers at third base, hitting third. Trace Hatfield's our DH and cleanup hitter. Darren Davis, freshman left fielder, hits fifth. This one's rolled towards second and underneath the glove of Richardson into right. That was a playable ball on the field turf surface. Should be E4. And that's how we started off with Brad Boss on at first to start off this dance for the Rockets. He's the seventh best hitter in the league, a .365 hitter with 4 home runs and 27 runs batted in. Riley Campbell will hit sixth. He's their second baseman. Ryan Thompson hits seventh at first base. Mark Monicki is their catcher, hits eighth. And Thomas Eitner's their shortstop, rounding out the lineup. Defensively for the Bobcats, it is Lucas in left, Fabic in center, Revels in right, Hafner at third, Funderburg at short, Richardson at second, and Rudy Rote at first. Malott is the catcher, and Eddie Cutt is the pitcher for the Bobcats as we started off tonight. They rule it as a base hit on the scoreboard, at least for now, and it is a single for Brad Boss to start it off, as Malott had to run over to the dugout, had an equipment issue, and he'll have a chance to loosen up a mitt to make sure he's all right. So a single to start it for the Rockets. Ball club who last weekend dropped 2 out of 3 to Miami. The Red Hawks are pretty good. Lost 10-6, 3-2, and then won the finale 7-5. Here's John Cervello, their right fielder, and he takes a breaking ball inside. It is 1-0. Gentle breeze at the ballpark. Low-hanging gray clouds. It looks like a gloomy day, but it's very pleasant this evening in southeast Ohio with rain coming tomorrow, or rather on Sunday. Fly ball to right, very playable for Revels. Comes in about 5 steps, eyes to the sky, and he makes the one-handed catch with that black mitt. And there is out number 1. Back to first goes Brad Boss. Cervello, a .300 hitting right fielder. Here's Chris Myers, their third baseman. He hits .281 with 2 home runs and 23 runs batted in. For Corey Mee and the Toledo Rockets, Mee is in his 16th season, a 1992 graduate of Notre Dame. Mee, 359 wins, 469 losses, and 1 tie. 192 MAC wins and 392 MAC games. Cutt drops it low. It's 1-0. Left-handed hitter is Myers. Myers wears number 41. That's the highest number on their roster. A sophomore from Miamisburg. Rockets with 1 MAC win. They have 10 wins overall. This is their 30th game this year. Myers, with that silver bat, swings and misses. 1-1 the count. Of course, the Bobcats, after taking the final 2 of 3 against Bowling Green 2 weekends ago, went up to DeKalb, and it was a disappointing loss. All 3 of them last weekend against a beatable ball club. 1-1, swing and a miss. That dove low and inside, 1-2 the count. But to the credit of NIU, they have 6 league wins coming into this weekend. And they're just a couple of wins away from making their hotel reservations for Avon of the MAC tournament. Generally, the cut's around 10 or 11. 1-2, that's in the field turf. And moving off the bag at first is Boss, but he's back to the sack. 2-2 the count. And by the same token, if 10 or 11 is where you need to get to, the Bobcats need to start picking it up. It was a good conclusion last weekend here, but a real downer of a drive to DeKalb last weekend. Winnable series this weekend against the Rockets. They probably feel so too. 2-2 pitch with the runner going. Swing and a miss. Dropped by Malott. Picks it up. Runner was moving down to second, and so therefore the strikeout is completed, and they allow the runner to go to second base on that play. So there's 2 gone now. Myers on the strikeout. Here's Trace Hatfield. Hatfield hits .245, a home run, and 9 runs batted in. Eddie Cutt struggled inning one, had a lot of base runners against him last weekend, but he really pitched well up there throughout the bulk of his start. That was his first start, so this is his 16th appearance. 1-1 with the 2.16 ERA. Drops a breaker that misses just high. It's 1-0. So he was a hard luck loser last weekend. The offense just couldn't get anything going. Ohio led in 2 of the 3 games to start it off against NIU, but dropped all 3. Runner on at second, 2 gone to the pitch from Cutt. That's Cutt foul, first base side out of play. Rockets in the midnight blue tops, Toledo and an arched in gold across the chest, outlined in white, gray pants. Bobcats are in the white tops, white bottoms. That green bar across the chest, the 1980s-like uniforms. Ohio in white. Cut for Hatfield. Fouled back to the screen. It's 1-2. The schedule will get tougher for Ohio moving forward. Next weekend it's Eastern Michigan, but you've got Miami, Kent State, Ball State looming. It is going to be a real grind towards the end. Got to bank as many wins before those big series if you can. Rockets with 1 win right now. They'd had weather 2 weekends ago, and thus they've had just 7 games. Bouncing ball that's headed towards right. It's through the right side hole, past Richardson, rounding third, trying to score his boss. The throw is all the way through, but late. And the Rockets lead at 1-0 on a 2-out RBI single that found its way through for Chase Hatfield. That's his 10th RBI of the season. And that stolen base for Boss to allow him to get to second proves vital for them getting their first run of the ball game and a 1-0 lead. That was a long run for Richardson to try to move to his left, but it just found the outfield grass. And with 2 gone, here is Darren Davis, a really good hitter. Freshman from Skyline High School in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Hits .372 with no home runs and 18 runs batted in. And he swings and lines it through the 5-6 hole and into left field for a base hit. Outstretched glove Funderburg, but he couldn't come up with it. And that's some 2-out production here for the Rockets. Davis is 16th best hit, or rather 6th best hitter in the MAC. Hatfield moves up to second after his RBI single. And here is Riley Campbell.
Second baseman, number 20.
Campbell, their second baseman, hits on the right side. Hits .278 with no home runs and 7 runs batted in. 1-0 Rocket men to start. 3 hits in this inning. That first one, Boss, could have been fielded by Richardson, but it was a hard hit ball and thus called a base hit. So Cut with the grinder of the first inning in his second start. Swing and a miss for Riley Campbell. It's 0-1. Ohio's 10th best, and that's last in the MAC in batting. The Rockets are 5th. Ohio's 6th best in pitching. The Rockets 8th. Ohio's defense 9th. The Rockets 7th. 0-1 the count with 2 aboard and 2 gone. Bouncing ball towards third, played at the bag, guiding Hafner to the sack for the out. That was room service for the force out at the end of the inning. But Toledo scores 1. They had 3 hits, no errors, 2 left. We've played a half rack. Toledo 1. Ohio coming up from the Wren. This is Bobcat Baseball on AM 1340 WOUB. 0 hole. Bobcats dropped 2 out of 3 to the Rockets at Scott Park last year. Ohio won the opener 15-4, but lost games 2 and 3. Here's Trevor Lucas. Lucas, a left fielder, wears 24. His father flew in from California for the series. Met him prior to the game. Lucas, .294 with a home run and 7 runs batted in. Down 1-0 to start. Long way to go. Lucas on the plate, right-handed hitter. First one misses high and wide. Jacob with the pop of the mitt from his catcher. He really brings it. Just 5'9", 165, but he throws harder than that. And there's a strike right down the chute. It's 1-1. Darren Davis in left, Brad Boss in center, John Cervello in right. Chris Myers, Thomas Eitner, Riley Campbell, and Ryan Thompson on the infield left to right. Breaker misses high and wide from Jacob. It is 2-1. Battery of Monicki and Michael Jacob. 2-1 the count on Trevor Lucas. That's buried. 3-1 the count. Lucas, 6 shy of 300. On Tuesday night, he went 1 for 5. Bobcats trailed 3-0, you recall, and then led, and then they didn't. Fly ball to right. This is shallow right. This actually is not going to get out to the outfield. The second baseman Riley Campbell makes the catch. And that's out number 1. Here's Aaron Levy. Levy, the MAC Player of the Week 2 weeks ago. Hits .211 with the home run and 10 runs batted in. Levy, Ohio's left-handed hitting DH. Levy went goose egg for 4 on Tuesday night at 2 strikeouts. Pretty unfortunate. Ohio down to the final strike to get that win over Ohio State and just couldn't get it. Pitch misses high, 1-0 the count. Ohio had a 7-3 cushion, but couldn't seal the deal, and that's 12 straight losses to the Buckeyes, and that one really hurt. 1-0, that hit him on a breaking ball that just kind of clipped his right leg. And so Aaron Levy is aboard, first base runner for the Bobcats tonight. And here's Rudy Rote. He's 12th in the league in hitting. He's climbed up now, hitting .350 with 6 home runs and 27 runs batted in. 1 gone, runner at first for Rudy Rote, who had a heck of a series against Northern last weekend. MAC play now, hitting .400, 14 for 35. He had 8 hits against the Huskies in DeKalb. Homer up there. He homered on Tuesday night against Ohio State. He went 3 for 4, came up empty, swinging for the downs there. It is 0-1. So in the last now 4 games, you take the 8 from the Northern Series, you've got 3 from Tuesday night. That's 11 hits in 4 games for the likable Wisconsinite. 0-1 pitch, turned on towards right, hit on the line. Cervello coming over, makes the catch. That was hit on the screws, but Cervello made the play maybe about 15 feet away from the line and 5 feet away from the track. That was smashed, but Cervello made the play. Back to first goes Aaron Levy. 2 gone for Michael Richardson, Ohio's cleanup hitter. Richardson hits .242 with no home runs and 3 runs batted in. We'll continue the Rob Smith interview between innings here. Had a good visit with him before the game today. Richardson, right-handed hitting second baseman, takes one low and outside. From Michael Jacob, it is 1-0. Dimensions here at the Ren have not changed. 340 down the lines, 380 to the alleys, 405 to straightaway center field. About an 8.5-foot high outfield wall that you could dunk on if you wish. 1-0 pitch coming. Hit on the ground towards third, just foul. Played off the sack by Myers. It is 1-1. A lot of activity around here this weekend. Of course, the Bobcats spring football game, which is more of a practice than a game, that will get going tomorrow. The surplus sale tomorrow, that's always sometimes bigger than the practice or the game. And we will have a doubleheader tomorrow now. Throw over to first, chases Levy back. With impending weather on Sunday, we will have a doubleheader tomorrow starting at 1 o'clock. Airtime at 12:50. 2 9-inning games tomorrow, and then the series is done. Storms coming on Sunday. Levy dancing around at first, and Richardson takes one high and wide. It's 2-1. Yeah, tomorrow should be a really nice day. Temperatures in the 70s. On Sunday, a chance of severe storms. Across the country, that bomb cyclone hitting the upper plains, Minnesota and Wisconsin, with feet of snow and lots of wind. And then the southern portion of that could be a severe storm outbreak in eastern Oklahoma, Arkansas, Mississippi, Tennessee tonight and into tomorrow. 2-1 pitch coming. Smashed on the ground through the left side hole. Base hit. Hitting second is Levy. Takes a big turn. Davis up with it and left. Throws it in. So a single for Richardson, and here's Mr. Tuesday Night. Cole Revels hit a grand slam home run for the Bobcats to give Ohio at that point a 5-3 lead, and then with the game tied at 7, he went the other way on a line drive to bring in at that time the leading runner. Ohio was on top 8-7. Revels just rolled through a great Tuesday night. 2 gone, runners on first and second to the pitch. There's a strike, it's 0-1. Cole hitting .317 now with a home run. That was a grand slam, and 12 runs batted in. Ohio's right fielder. And you'll hear from Rob Smith coming up about what Cole's been able to do. Getting his opportunity and, yes, reveling in it. Jacob for him. There's a strike at the belt, 0-2. Jacob not tall, but he's got a lot of stuff as he brings it to the plate. Compact delivery, but he generates a lot of power. As he peers in, eyes underneath that gold bill on that midnight blue and gold cap. 0-2 the count, 2 gone, runners on first and second, 1-0 Rockets, and the pitch to Cole. Swing and a miss. That's out in front of the plate. Monicki picks it up and throws to first to complete the strikeout. And unfortunately, Ohio strands 2 in inning number 1. We'll continue with the Rob Smith interview here, and I believe we pick it up with a question talking about Cole Revels.
In a situation where we're going to have to do some things that might otherwise be unexpected, outside of our own dugout to do. So we really got to kind of get going. I think
Speaking of rolling, Revels is just rolling up the
I think, we can't overlook the fact.
We'll continue with more of the Rob Smith pregame interview after this half inning as well. Second inning's on, Rockets on top 1-0. I'm Russ Eisenstein. Thanks for joining us tonight on a Friday evening of Mid-American Conference Baseball. Ryan Thompson will lead it off for the Rockets. This is 7, 8, 9 against Eddie Cutt. They had 2-out production in inning number 1 and an RBI single by Trace Hatfield. And the first one for Thompson is sliced foul. It's 0-1. .231 hitter, 4 home runs, 19 runs batted in. Their left-handed hitting first baseman. Here it is from Cutt. Misses up and away. It's 1-1. The Rockets have dropped 10 of their last 11, including 2 midweek games. Lost to Dayton 12-9, in which Dayton's 12 runs came with just 4 hits. The Rockets walked 15 batters. 1-1, swing and a miss, swung through a breaking ball. It is 1-2. Then on Wednesday at Youngstown State, the Penguins won 5-3. YSU was on top 4-0. And the Rockets gave it a chance, but again, they've dropped 10 of their last 11. 1-2, that's in the dirt. Swing and a miss, drop by Malott, throw to first in time to complete the strikeout of Ryan Thompson. That is K, number 2 of the day. And here is Mark Monicki.
Now back, the catcher, number 21, Mark Monicki.
Monicki hits 182 with no home runs and 3 runs batted in. Monicki is spelled Mohnickey, 6'2", 180, and a freshman from North Ridgeville. And he takes a ball. It's 1-0. Left-handed bat. They have a couple of those in their lineup. 1-0. Fastball strike from Eddie Cutt. It's 1-1. The Rockets won their season opener over Winthrop 5-4. That was in South Carolina. 1-1, swung through a breaking ball. It's 1-2. They took 2 out of 3 in that series. Lost to Lipscomb. Split a pair with Belmont. Bouncing ball to second, sucked up there by Richardson. Throws to first in time to retire Monicki by several feet. 2 up, 2 down. Here is Thomas Eitner, their freshman shortstop.
Thomas
Eitniear, Eitner. Their shortstop. Hits 244 with no home runs and 7 runs batted in. The Rockets went down to North Carolina again, and they took 1 of 3 against Davidson. Fly ball fouled down the line and right, and Revels ran over, dove, and couldn't come up with the ball. Banged his offhand against the turf. It would have been a heck of a play. Actually, on that trip, when they went to Davidson, you recall I went down to broadcast some of the CIAA tournament in Charlotte, the men's basketball tournament there. On the way back from North Carolina, I stopped in West Virginia, just grabbed something to eat real quick, and the Rockets were there on the way down to Davidson. 0-1, it's fouled off at the plate, it's 0-2. Saw a bus, saw a team, thought, I wonder who that is. Then saw the midnight blue and gold, and they were on their way down to Davidson. And they took the first game of that series 13-5, but then lost 11-5 and lost 3-2. 0-2, staying alive as Eitner fouled it off at the plate. They played Bucknell in Kissimmee, Florida. Took 2 out of 3 there. Lost to Wright State. They played in the tournament at Richmond, lost to the Spiders, but beat Quinnipiac and Bryant. That's an interesting collection of teams. 1-2 is the count on Eitner. Then they started MAC play, getting swept by Bowling Green. 1-2 pitch has popped up, back is short, backpedaling on the outfield grass, and now giving way to the center fielder Fabic. Catch is made off his right shoulder, maybe about 7 feet out to the outfield grass. That's a tidally spun 1-2-3 rack by Eddie Cutt. Rockets go down in order in the second. 1-0 Toledo with the lead on Ohio, and we pick back up with a resumption of our interview with head coach Rob Smith.
Shuffle up the bit. Eddie Cutt, after one settled down in the start in DeKalb. The thought process behind jumbling it up a little bit, some of the same pieces, and your presentation of the starting rotation this weekend.
Well, Eddie, and even last week, I mean, if as you recall, those runs, I think pretty much were all unearned.
Yeah.
We had the poor defensive play behind him. He's been our most consistent pitcher the entire year. I mean, I think it's safe to say he's probably our best arm. And in too many situations, we were getting him in games that we did not have the lead. And so in some instances, we've started stretching him out in order to help us win games. And at this point, I think, his pitch count's gotten up 75, 80, 85 in some of these outings. And so I made the decision that, well, if we're going to play it that way, we might as well run him out there on a Friday night. We've had some issues getting quality starts on Fridays, and we think he's going to give us the best chance to match up. And then obviously we're going to take Kenny and move him to Game 3. which he'll do a good job there. But we just want to maximize our use of Eddie. He's been our most consistent arm all year.
Finally, we'll resume the final question from our interview with Rob Smith after our next half inning.
Now batting for the Bobcats, the shortstop, number 25, Pregame.
I paused there. Bottom of the second inning is on. Welcome back to the Wren. Bobcat Baseball on AM 1340 WOUB. Sorry if you're hearing feedback right now. I'm hearing the same. 0-1 the count on Trey Funderburg as we started off here in the second. 1-0 Rockets with the lead. 3 hits for Toledo, 1 for Ohio. Trey Funderburg to lead it off. 253 hitter with a home run and 8 runs batted in. 1-1 is the count. High stretch from Jacob, and he brings it home. That misses a little bit outside. 2-1 the count. The turn and the pitch from Jacob. Bouncing ball headed up the middle. It's there. Off of the outstretched diving glove of Eitner and into center. Just clipped off that fringe of the leather. And Trey's on with Ohio's second hit of the night. Here's Trevor Hafner. Hafner hits .219 with no home runs and 8 runs batted in. Ohio's third baseman, leadoff man on here. Bobcats down 1-0. So from the stretch, Jacob, that's in the turf. Breaking for second is Funderburg. The throw to second is late. Might have been a wild pitch. It was knocked down by the catcher, Monicki. But pretty good use of space and speed for Funderburg, and Trey's in at second. 1-0 is the count on Ohio's third baseman, Trevor Hafner. Man in scoring position. Ohio had 2 aboard with 2 gone in the first. 1-0 pitch coming. That's outside. 2-0 the count. Hafner waits, 2 white batting gloves, dark bat. And here it is. That's low. 3-0 the count. Lights are on here at the Wren. It's looked like this for the bulk of the day. Gray clouds. Some rain rolled through in the morning. Tomorrow should be dry for the most part, and then Sunday rain. 3-0. That's low. It's ball 4. So Hafner gets the free pass. Runners on first and second for Nathan Malott, Ohio's 156 hitting catcher. Has 2 runs batted in, but an RBI chance here. 1-0 Rockets. We're in the second. Malott, middle of the box. Right-hand side, square to bunt. And a bluff move back to second. That was to see what Ohio was doing there. As Myers is at third, even with the bag, but in. And at first, Ryan Thompson is there too. 2 aboard, nobody gone. Bottom of the second, good chance here for Ohio. Malott squaring to bunt, and he puts it down. Speed bunt towards third. Myers will field, only play to first with the skip throw. And the sacrifice is complete. 5-3, and here's Sebastian Fabic. Ohio center fielder hits with 2 in scoring position now, and 1 gone as we're in the bottom of the second inning with Ohio on top, down 1-0. On at third is Funderburg. On at second is Hafner. Sebastian, Ohio center fielder, hitting .209 with a home run and 9 runs batted in. And he takes a breaking ball low. It's 1-0. From the Rocket starter, Michael Jacob. Toledo was picked 5th in the preseason poll. Ohio picked 6th. Miami picked 3rd, but they're at the top of the league right now. 1-0 pitch coming. Swing and a miss. Fastball on a low plane. I tell you, Jacob gets everything he can out of his 5'9", 165-pound frame. He brings it at a level that a lot of guys 6'2" or 6'3" and 200 pounds would. 1-1 the count, 1 gone. Runners on second and third. Here it is for Sebastian. Lays the bat on the ball, knocks it back to the mound. Speared there by Jacob. Throws to the plate. Now they have Funderburg in a pickle. He's ran back towards the plate, and the out is recorded. Fabic goes up to second on the play. So second and third now with 2 gone. Contact play on, and Funderburg is retired. 1, 2, and I think 5. Yep, Myers was the one to place the tag on him. 1, 2, 5 on what is a fielder's choice to put Fabic on all the way to second. So Hafner is the lead runner now. You flip the lineup card over. You get back to the top side. 2 gone, runners on second and third. Here's Trevor Lucas, Ohio's left fielder, who popped out to start off this ball game from Ohio's offensive standpoint. And he takes one inside. It's 1-0. 2 gone here in the second. 1-0 Rockets with the lead. Ohio again with 2 on, 2 gone. Lucas really close to the plate. On the right side of the pitch. There's a strike. It's 1-1. Now, Ohio won by 11 against these guys. Game 1 last year. Dropped games 2 and 3. Ohio does have the edge in the all-time series, 95-71. So this is meeting 167 all-time. 1-1, tap foul at the plate. 1-2 is the count. If the ball got over Jacob as he leapt on the mound, that would have brought a run in. Now, the Rockets might have gotten an out there somewhere, but Jacob fielded his position well. Now he shifts to the wind with runners on second and third, 1-2 the count. Lucas waits. After a long pause from Jacob, here it is. Swing and a miss on a fastball dropped there by Monicki, and the tag's applied, and the Rockets get their second strikeout from Jacob, and Ohio had a run-scoring chance but doesn't see that chance all the way through. So Ohio strands 2, 1-0 Rockets as we move to the third, and we bring up our final question to head coach Rob Smith about these Rockets and this series.
Your thought on the Rockets?
Well, I mean, they're a tough team. We've had struggles winning series with these guys, and played some really good games with them. But they've come out ahead more times than we have on that, and so they're they're a tough ball club. They're well coached. They just kind of hang in there, and at the end of the day, you got to beat them, right? That's the thing. They're just not going to give it to you, and so we're gonna have to play very competitive, and we're looking forward to a good series.
So that's our visit with head coach Rob Smith. I'm Russ Eisenstein. 1-0 Rockets with the lead as we move to the third inning. And Ohio has had a couple of 2-out chances already. The Rockets capitalized on theirs on a single in the first. After a 1-2-3 rack in the second, the Midnight Blue and Gold will get it back to the top of the lineup. Brad Boss reached on an infield single. Well, could have been recorded an error on Richardson. Either way, he got on, then eventually came around to score on the Trace Hatfield RBI single. And the first one to the left-handed hitting center fielder is outside. It's 1-0. Brad Boss reached in 18 straight games at one point this year. Pops this up back or short. Moving out into the short outfield grass. Funderburg leans back and makes the catch. Short work from Eddie Cutt. One gone here in the third. Here's John Cervello, their right fielder. He flew out the first inning. One gone, 1-0 Rockets here. We're in the third. Again, tomorrow's going to be a doubleheader. We'll start it off at 1. Pregame show 12:50 with rain coming on Sunday. And the pitch from Cutt. He cut her loose for a fastball. It's 0-1. Big swing and a miss. 0-2. Toledo was 9-9 after their final non-conference weekend. The stats really not all that different from their non-conference run into MAC play. They just haven't gotten a lot of wins. Just one in MAC play. This is shot foul down the right field line, curling into foul ground and dropping. We'll do it again at 0-2. Toledo's in the middle of a stretch here where 15 of their 16 contests are being played in the state. A lot of midweek games. And conference series here in Ohio. 12 newcomers on this ball club. Cervello, their right fielder, is not one of them, sophomore. 1-2 the count. One gone, bases clear here in the Rocket third, and that's fouled at the plate. Next weekend, they're back at home against Central Michigan. They play Oakland midweek. They'll go to Purdue Fort Wayne on Wednesday, and then Central Michigan at Scott Park next weekend. 1-2 pitch coming. That's outside. 2-2. They're a Nike school, Ohio Adidas school. Hitting room in right center field for the right-handed hitting Cervello. The pitch, that's popped up, back to home, out of play. A real nice crowd of 1990 on Tuesday night against Ohio State. Appropriate because that was the last year that Ohio beat Ohio State, and that was the crowd, oddly enough, on Tuesday night. It's just really weird how that worked out. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss and drop by Balot. Picked back up and he'll throw to first in time for the out. That is K3 on the day for Eddie Cutt. And here is Myers, their third baseman. 2 gone, bases clear. We're in the third, and the Rockets lead at 1-0. Myers was strikeout victim number 1 for Eddie Cutt on the night. He did this at Northern as well, strung a bunch of innings in a row with not a lot of contact and no base runners. After Northern scored 5 in the first inning, and just one of those was earned. There were errors. Of course, Ohio kicked the ball around a ton in that series. They had 5 errors in the finale against NIU. 0-1 pitch coming. Swinging a bouncing ball towards first, and a scoop pickup on the ground by Rote. He'll run to the sack for the out. The inning is done. That's the second straight 1-2-3 inning. That's a tough part of the lineup to do it against. Boss, Cervello, and Myers. We're through with 2 1/2. Toledo 1, Ohio nothing. This is Bobcat Baseball on AM 1340 WEB. So Boss was aboard with an error on Richardson to start off the ballgame. Anyway, it's just a housekeeping matter. And Ohio will lead it off here with Aaron Levy in the bottom of the third. Levy, Rudy Rote, and Michael Richardson. Game one of this three-game series. We'll check scores from around the rest of the league. But there is a stark contrast between top and bottom in the league this year. Michael Jacob back on the hill for the Rockets, and this is fouled back to the screen. It's 0-1. Miami 7-2 coming in to this weekend. Central 7-2. Ball State had some weather. They had 2 games against Kent State that were canceled earlier in a series against Kent State. So they're 5-2. Northern at 6-3. 0-1 pitch coming. There's a strike in the outside edge. It's 0-2. Again, the top 6 make it. And right now the cut is at Kent State. They're at 3-4. Ohio, Western, Eastern, and Toledo on the outside looking in, and that quad group of teams has a total of 8 league wins. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Dropped there by the catcher, Monicki. And that's back-to-back Ks going back to the Lucas strikeout to end the second inning. Levy goes down on strikes. Third K of the night for Michael Jacob. Here's Rudy Rote. Hit one on the screws to right and came up empty back in the first inning. 1-0 Rockets. Bases clear, 1 gone. We're in the third. Jacob looks pretty comfortable out there, the native of St. Clairsville. There's a Ohio branch campus there. 1-0 the count. Has been a location for Bobcat caravans in the past. 1-0 pitch. Fly ball to right, and this ball's gone. Way back there, warning track wall, and see ya. Rudy Rote ties this ball game up on a Bobcat blast to right. A no-doubter that might have ended up on the softball field. That is home run number 7, RBI number 28. Rudy Rote is going to be a professional hitter, and he's hitting like a pro in his final season here in Athens. He saw it, he nailed it, he homered with it. Here's Michael Richardson. It went out over the NCAA years on that right field wall, and it just kept going after that. The right fielder, Cervello, did turn around and give chase, but there was no chance. Man, Rudy can hit. Bunt that's put down in front of the mound. Briefs to pick it up Jacob, and he'll slide it like bowling ball style to first, but late. Infield single for Richardson. That's 2 hits for him in 2 plate appearances tonight. Here's Cole Revels. It's not a long looping swing from Rote. It is a punch. And when he guesses right, he punches it in the swing. It's compact, it's not long, and he pulls the ball, but can hit it the other way. He homered the other night and hit it underneath that scoreboard above the wall, that notch there in left center field. This was a prodigious pop to right. That was a rifle of a shot to left on Tuesday night. This was an absolute epitome of a Bobcat blast. 1 gone, runner at first. Bottom of the third, we're tied at 1. And here it is for Revels. He takes one low. It's 1-0. He hit a grand slam the other night, as we told you. This is the part of the lineup with Rudy there setting the table and the meat of it. 3, 4, and 5 here. You get Richardson rolling, his average climbing. Now Revels at 317 coming into the ball game. The pitch to him misses high. It's 2-0. That homer for Ohio is the 16th on the year, and the 7th for Rudy Rote. Revels hits with the runner at first. Ball game tied at 1. 2-0 coming from Michael Jacob. Misses high. That's letter high to the right-handed hitter. 3-0 the count. And the 5'9" spark plug from St. Clairsville might have been rattled on that rifle of a home run by Rudy. Bunt single Richardson. There's the obligatory strike on 3-0. It's 3-1. I said last week, and it would have been tough for Rudy to be named MAC Player of the Week, but his numbers, even in getting swept, were there. Runner breaks 3-1, pitch low, it's ball 4, and the throw down to second was just for practice. Richardson would have stole it if it was a strike. So now Ohio has 2 aboard for Trey Funderburg. Second walk of the night for Michael Jacob. So that's 6 home runs coming into this weekend by Rudy. That was second in the league. And we'll see where he is throughout the rest of the weekend. Here's Trey. Singled and was cut down 1-2-5, you remember, an inning ago. Smashes this on a high chopper that's off his foot, actually, as it rolled up the third base line. Ball game tied at 1. The Rockets got 2-out production in the first inning. And then the home run for Rudy here in the third. Ohio out-hit Northern Illinois over the weekend last weekend, but didn't get the win in any of the 3 games there. This is a big weekend here. Toledo probably sees it as a winnable one. Ohio does too, but you got to win them. Last weekend was winnable, and Ohio didn't win any. 0-1, smashed on the ground, foul. It nearly took the legs of Craig Moore out from underneath him, the third base coach. Got to be quick over there. It's the hot corner at third, and it's really hot in that coach's box when it's smashed on the ground. And he'll pretend like nothing happened there, just walked in front of it, flashes signs. Calm, cool, and collective Craig Moore. 0-2 the count, runners on first and second. Ball game tied at 1 here in the third. 1 gone to the pitch, that's low. And Funderburg saw that in the whole way. Check max scores as we go along. D1baseball.com is the right site to go to. That's the letter D, the numeral 1, baseball.com. There was a time there when you had to pay for updates of scores and whatnot. Now they made it free, which is a good idea. 1-2 pitch coming. Smashed on the ground. That is speared on a dive. What a play by Myers. Gets up, but he has nowhere to throw. He saved a run on that play. That was a smash and a heck of a play by their third baseman. On a dive, basically at the cut of the infield grass-colored turf and the dirt-colored turf. Headlong dive, and that saved a run because Richardson would have scored. It's an infield hit. Richardson to third, Revels at second, Funderburg at first. Here's Trevor Hafner with the bases loaded. He walked in his first plate appearance. 1 gone in the third. A golden opportunity for the green and white against the midnight blue and gold here in the third inning. And the pitch to Hafner is a 12-6 curve, dropped in there for a strike. It's 0-1. Bases loaded chance here for Hafner, who in league play is hitting 11 for 36. That's good for 306. Sacks packed with cats and an 0-1 count. That's well high and wide. 1-1. The inning did start with a strikeout of Levy, and it appeared that Jacob was just jogging through things. And then the home run for Rudy Rote, and now bases loaded. Big chance here for Ohio's 7-hole hitting third baseman. He's from Rocket Country up in Perrysburg. 1-1, popped foul, back to home and out of play. Hafner lists Miguel Cabrera as his favorite professional athlete. Tigers have had a good start to the year. Not scoring a ton of runs, but actually just lost 2 out of 3 to the Indians. That was their first series loss of the year. Here it's a 1-2 count, 1 gone. Bases loaded. Ball game tied at 1 in the pitch. Hafner takes one low. 2-2 the count. Finals in the back today already. 3 are in. Ball State beat Eastern Michigan. Will be at Ypsilanti next weekend. Time called. Pitching coach out of that first base dugout for the Rockets to talk prior to this 2-2 count pitch. So Ball State won 3-2 today over Eastern Michigan. And that is MAC win number 6 for the Cardinals. Ball State now 22-11 this year. Western Michigan ends Northern's fun. Broncos won 9-4 today in Kalamazoo. So Western is now 3-4 in the league and 10-20 this season. The Broncos beat Notre Dame earlier in non-conference play. Notre Dame really struggling. They lost to Michigan State as well. The Irish, last couple of years here, not to their expectations. Miami won again, this time over Bowling Green, 12-4 the final. Miami now 8-2 in the league and 27-6 overall. Break up the Redhawks, getting a whole lot of respect nationally. Meeting done on the mound. 2-2 the count. 1 gone, we're in the third. A Rudy Rote solo shot. Ohio working on more here with 1 away. Jacob for Hafner after a long look into Monicki as catcher, and that took too long for Trevor. Steps out. 2 white batting gloves, white spikes, back of the box, right-hand side. Big pitch coming here from Michael Jacob to Ohio's 3rd sacker with a cat on every base. 2-2 pitch. Swinging a shot down the line and left, curling into the corner. It will go foul by 2 feet. There would have been a chance there to clear the bases. Davis had a good jump on the ball and left, so it might have prevented that, but it would have scored at least 2. So Hafner was all over that 2-2 delivery. They play him a couple of steps to pull, and Davis gets a good jump on the ball, it appears, so might not have cleared the bases, but it would have scored 2. 2-2 the count, 1 gone. Big moment here in the third. Kicking the pitch, swinging a fly ball, foul again. First base side this time and out of play. Good encounter here between the senior Michael Jacob and Ohio's junior from Perrysburg High, Trevor Hafner. These are the opportunities that Ohio didn't see through against Northern last weekend. They had a ton of hits, but left a lot of guys on. Don't want that to spread to another weekend. Big chance. 2-2 pitch coming here from Jacob. Swinging a bouncing ball, chopped foul up the third base chalk. Room service hop for Craig Moore. We'll do it again at 2-2. That was what was so frustrating about the trip to DeKalb, because if Ohio came through on just a couple of their chances with runners on, could have been a different result. Would have won at least one game up there, to be sure. 2-2 the count. A long at bat here with Trevor Hafner from Michael Jacob. He's given him everything he's got. What does he go with here on 2-2? Low and inside, 3-2. It had the feeling of being a full count prior to that pitch just because it's taken so long, but now it really is run full and no place to put Hafner. On at third is Richardson. On at second is Revels. On at first is Funderburg. 3-2 the count here on Trevor Hafner. After a long look in from Jacob, and he's trying to figure out what he's going to throw. Some shakes. Now finally nods yes. Straightens up on a big pitch. Payoff pitch. Trevor swings and flies it deep to left. Could be a grand slam if it's fair, and that ball is foul. Just foul. It was a grand slam if it was fair. It turns out it's just foul. And we'll do it again. What an at-bat here between Trevor Hafner and Michael Jacob. So let's see. He probably would have played a 2 with a double down the line that was foul by a foot a couple of swings ago. That was a grand slam that was fouled by maybe a foot or two. 3-2 the count. So in this at-bat already, he's plated 5 runs, but none have counted. Payoff pitch coming again. Outside, ball 4, and Ohio leads it 2-1. That's as good of a bases-loaded walk as you'll ever see. What an at-bat from Trevor Hafner. Scoring from third is Richardson. Revels to third, Funderburg to second. Hafner with his second walk of the night, and that's RBI number 9. And that is a huge at-bat. And Hafner let out a yell as he turned towards his dugout and flipped that bat away. A 2 spot for Ohio here in the third, and the Cats lead it 2-1. Still working on more here. Here's Nathan Malott. 1 gone. Ohio has 5 hits. The 6th with plate 2 and the pitch. Fly ball over the screen, foul. It's 0-1 unless Malott hits Ohio's second grand slam in as many games. 2-1 Ohio with the 2 spot here of different ends of the spectrum. A solo shot for Rudy Rote and then a bases loaded walk. There's a lot in between there that can bring in a run, and Malott maybe is going to hit the right notes. 0-1 pitch from Jacob. That seemed to be a strike, but it's a ball. It's 1-1. That dropped in and maybe apparently low. 1-1 the count. Malott had a sacrifice in his first plate appearance. That was an inning ago. 2-1 Ohio, bases loaded, 1 gone in the third. Jacob trying to induce a double play. 1-1 pitch. Fly ball left center field. This ball's hit a ton. It's towards the gap, and that ball is off the wall. 1 run scores. 2 runs score. Here comes Hafner, and there is no throw. It's a bases clearing. 3 ribby double to the gap and left by Nathan Malott, and Ohio scores 5 in the frame. 5-1 Ohio. We said there's a lot in between a solo shot and a bases-loaded walk to bring in a run. And Malott found the sweet spot and shoved it in the gap there to the wall in left center field. RBIs 3, 4, and 5 for Malott. On at second with the double. Here is Sebastian Fabik, the 8th batter to go to the plate in the inning. Still 1 gone in the frame, and Ohio on top by 4. That is 2-bagger number 42 for the ball club this year. That for Malott, it is his second double. And so the catcher, who had a sacrifice in his first plate appearance, clears the bases with 1 big swat to the gap and left. And Sebastian flies 1 foul towards first and out of play. It is 0-1. And for a team that couldn't buy a big hit last weekend, they get a couple here in 1 frame here in the third. Ohio trying to get to 4 league wins. This is game number 10. It's weekend number 4 in MAC play. And Ohio on top by a 4 spot in this inning in which Ohio has a homer, a single, a walk, 2 walks, a single and a double. Bouncing ball to short, backhand pickup Eitner. Bobbled it for a minute, throws to first, barely got Fabik. 6-3 put out. Malott had to stay put. Here's Trevor Lucas. So, Ohio's had everything but a hit batter and a triple. If Lucas triples here, it's 6-1. And that would be the in-inning cycle for the ball club. Lucas popped out and struck out. Good start for Ohio. 5-1 the lead. Trailed at the start, but only by a run. Up by a 4 spot now. 6 hits. And we're in the third. Here it is from Jacob. That's low and inside, knocked down by Monicki, the catcher. It's 1-0. And the Rockets, with just 1 league win, might be thinking, oh no, here we go again. Still a long weekend. You're going to win or lose this series in 2 days, as opposed to a full-on 3-day weekend here with the doubleheader tomorrow. 1-0 pitch. Got under it, popped it up. This is into shallow right. Back goes Campbell. Cervello coming in. Campbell, the second baseman, lunges, falls down, made the catch. Would have been a lot easier for Cervello to come in to make it, But that's the end of the inning. Ohio gets 5 on 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. No errors and a man left. 5-1 Ohio after 3. This is Bobcat Baseball on AM 1340 WOEB. On Hatfield. RBI single back in the first. Next one, hit on the ground to short. Easy to his left, Funderburg. Sucks it up, throws to first to retire him by a step and a half. Hatfield was booking it down the line, but a 6-3 putout starts off the Rockets' fourth. Here's Darren Davis. Davis, their left fielder. He is a very good one. He is leading All-MAC freshman with a 372 average coming in. Left-handed hitter, wears 7, out of Ann Arbor, Michigan. Skyline High School. Taps the first one foul. His father played baseball in Cullowhee, North Carolina, Western Carolina, home of the Catamounts. Takes a breaking ball strike. It is 0-2. At Ann Arbor Skyline High School, right by Michigan, holds the school record for games played, hits, doubles, triples, runs, and ribbies, and the single season record for triples. 0-2, tap foul. Do it again at 0-2. He also was Skyline's starting quarterback and earned 3 varsity letters in football. Pre-business major, Darren Davis. That's a heck of a resume for a freshman on this Toledo baseball team. 0-2 pitch coming. Low and outside. He leans in to see that get all the way to the glove. Gives you the thought that he understands the strike zone pretty well and learning it more 1-2 pitch coming, one gone in the fourth, 5-1 Ohio with the lead. Davis takes just barely outside. Looked good, but just barely outside of the left-handed hitter. It is 2-2. How about all that? Starting quarterback, records on the baseball team, playing D1 baseball. Life's good. 2-2, swing and a miss, tied him up. That was jackknifing to his back foot. Long roll on the pickup of that errant ball that was dropped by Malott. That was halfway down the first base line. And he throws to first to complete the strikeout. That's the fourth on the day for Eddie Cutt. 2 gone here in the fourth. And Ohio on top 5-1. Here is Riley Campbell, who has reached base in 15 straight games. That is a in progress stat for Riley Campbell, their second baseman. Open stance, right-handed box, takes a fastball low. It's 1-0. Game in progress in the MAC right now is Kent State and Central Michigan. Top of the third inning in Northeast Ohio. The Flashes 2, Central Michigan 1. 2-0 the count, 2 gone, bases clear in the pitch. Fastball strike from Eddie Cutt. It's 2-1. This is the epitome of a shutdown inning, and he is in progress of shutting down the Rockets after a 5 spot for Ohio. 2-1. Fouled off. It's 2-2. So the move to Cutt to the Friday start has proved beneficial to this point. 2-2 pitch. That tied him up, fouled it off, rolled it to the on-deck circle. Do it again at 2-2. Not much of a breeze at all. American flag in right field, not blowing at all. Flags at the top of the seats on the first and third base side, not blowing. Bouncing the ball to third, sucked up by Hafner, well off the sack. Throws to first in time, and that's a well-pitched 1-2-3 rack by Eddie Cutt. Rockets go down in order in the fourth. 5-1 Ohio here. This is Bobcat Baseball on AM 1340 WOEB. Go to the bottom of the fourth. 5-6-1 for Ohio. 1-2-0 for the men from the Glass City. Aaron Levy to lead it off here. Ohio put 9 to the plate in that very fruitful bottom of the third. 5 runs for the Cats there. Levy struck out and was hit by a pitch today. Back on the bump is Michael Jacob for the Rockets. From the wind, the kick and the pitch. Misses high. It is 1-0. The Bobcats' team average coming into this weekend has them near the bottom of all of Division I. 1-0, hit on the ground foul up the line at first. So the Bobcats came into the weekend prior to this 5-run, 6-hit onslaught, hitting .230 as a team. That's last in the MAC. And of the 297 teams in Division I, that's 282nd. Swing and a miss for Levy, swung through a breaking ball. It's 1-2. Last in the country, the Maine Black Bears, the only team sub 200. They're hitting 195. Tough year for the boys from Orono. Not a lot of O for the boys from Orono. 2-2 is the count. What's interesting, there are 3 Big Ten teams that are below 282. Michigan State, Maryland, and Purdue. And all 3 are having really bad years. 2-2, just missed inside from Jacob. 3-2 the count on Aaron Levy. Jacob working from the wind. He's thrown a lot of pitches now into the 4th. Check swing, did he go around? He did. It was dropped there by Monicki. Picks it up, throws to first in time. Strikeout number 4 for Jacob as we start things off here in the home half of the 4th. Rudy roped one out of here to tie the game an inning ago. A prodigious pop. His 7th homer of the year. Youngstown State, who Toledo just played, they're 289th in the country, hitting 223. What's interesting, some schools that have had some good years recently. Long Beach State's down there too. Pop up, this is into shallow left, near the line. Davis coming over, 5 feet fair, makes the catch. Head high with one hand. So Rudy flies out. Here's Michael Richardson. 2 gone, bases clear, bottom of the 4th, and Ohio on top 5-1. Remember a couple years ago, Purdue hosted a regional. Yeah, they're hitting 224. FIU, they had an NCAA tournament run a couple years ago. They're hitting 232. Cincinnati in the state, they're hitting 238. The Bearcats have a home series this weekend against UCF. South Carolina, you wouldn't figure them to be down there, but they're 251st in the country, hitting 243. 0-1 the count on Richardson. Flies this one to right, towards the line. Playable for Cervello. Makes the catch as he reaches across his body with that black mitt. And there is out number 3 in a 1-2-3 inning. And that was a big one for Michael Jacob. He needed that. He needed pitch economy, and he needed to go in order, at least from Toledo's perspective. And we're through with 4. 5-1 Ohio. We go to the 5th. This is Bobcat Baseball on AM 1340 WOUB. Yeah, everybody wants to rule the world, huh? We go to the 5th, 5-1, Ohio with the lead. Eddie Cutt back out there to work for the Cats, and the first pitch is rifled through the right side hole for a base hit by Ryan Thompson. A clean single to right to start off the Rocket Men's 5th inning. Their 7-hole hitter hitting 231, now 1 for 2 on the night. Here's Mark Monicki, grounded out back in the 2nd. He hits 182. Monicki, a left-handed hitter for Corey Mees, Toledo Rockets. Weekend 4 of Mid-American Conference play. 9 weekends decide who's going to Avon to be in the top 6 in the league. Ohio, of course, didn't qualify last year. First one misses a little bit inside from Eddie Cutt. It is 1-0. Runner at first, top of the 5th. Monicki waits as Thompson back to first on the throw over. Toledo last year went 22-23. They were 14-13 in the league, and they went 1-2 in the MAC tournament. There's a strike. It's 1-1. Lost to Central Michigan 7-6 in their opener. Then beat Eastern Michigan in 10 innings, 2-1. And they were eliminated by the Chippewas 6-5. So they lost 2 one-run games and won by 1. So a couple things break differently. Their trip to Avon would have been different. Bunch of one-run games. Another throw over, chases Thompson. If you're thinking about the Rockets on the base pass, this year they are 24 for 33, so they don't run often, but they have given up 60 stolen bases. That's a lot. Swing and a miss. Monicki, the catcher, swings through that one. It is 2-1. 5-1 Bobcats, top of the 5th. Decent crowd here at the Ren tonight on a Numbers Fest weekend in Athens. That's tomorrow. 2-1. That's off the end of the bat, looped down the line and left. Foul ground, but playable. Over to make the catch is Lucas. Near that wall, rifles it back in. So a fly ball out for Monicki. And here is Thomas Eitner, their shortstop. Runner at first, top of the 5th, 5-1 Ohio.
The shortstop, number 5, Thomas Eitner.
DJ Pauly D going to be in town at Numbers Fest from Jersey Shore. He's got a residency in Las Vegas, amongst a lot of other acts that will be here for Numbers Fest tomorrow. Might be muddy. Squared a bunt, pulled it back, and takes a ball. Throw backside to first. Back in time is Thompson. With the rain today, I would imagine it'll be a little muddy at Numbers Fest tomorrow. Of course, the surplus sale tomorrow here at the Athletics Complex and Ohio spring football game. Details on that on OhioBobcats.com. This is bunted, foul by Thomas Eitner. 1-1 the count. Runner at first, 1 gone, top of the 5th, 5-1 Ohio with the lead. All 5 runs coming back in the 3rd. Eitner retired in his only plate appearance. That was in the 2nd. Eddie cut from the stretch. Hafner in at 3rd. Holding the runner on at first is Rote. Runner's going. Hit and run on. Fly ball to the gap in right center field, but the gap's going to be plugged up on a line. It's caught there by Revels. Throw to first, just barely late. So Thompson was going on that play. Revels caught the ball shoulder high in shallow right center field, and then the throw came bouncing into Rudy. It was on target, but just a little late. Could have been an inning-ending double play, 9-3. Instead, it's a line out to right by Eitner. Back top of the lineup now to Brad Boss, who I thought was a senior last year, but he's a senior this year. And time called as I think Thompson might have had some of those pellets come up into his eye, maybe, as he was diving back into first. Boss has been very good for them. 365 hitter coming in. He was really tough to get out last year. Ross Adolph, not in their lineup anymore, graduated, but a real good one for the Rockets the last couple of years. There's a strike on Boss. It's 0-1. Boss's career average at 278. He's really picked it up from last year to this year. Last year he hit 255. Close throw over on a pickoff move over to first. Back in time is Thompson. Team captain. On balls put in play, he's hitting .452. Fly ball foul, third base side. Bunch of kids race after it, about 10 kids running. 0-2 the count. Smell some peppers on the grill. Maybe we'll get some food brought up here to the booth. Best grill in the MAC, no doubt about it. 0-2 the count, 2 gone. Top of the 5th, 5-1 Ohio with the lead. Boss steps out of the box. He's had 4 hits twice this year, all in non-conference play. Last time was March the 17th against Bryant, so he really started the season well. Brad Boss wears 12, left-handed batter. 0-2 the count, 2 gone. Runner at first, fouled to the screen. From Temperance, Michigan. 6'1", 202. Bats left, throws right. There's hitting room and a lot for him in right center field. 0-2 the count. Cut trying to get through the 5th. Swinging a pop-up foul. Just stuck the bat on the ball and looped it towards the track. There's a high school track meet going on at Pruitt Field right now. So randomly you'll hear a starter's gun go off. Don't be alarmed. 0-2 pitch coming from Eddie Cutt. Long encounter here with Brad Boss. Runner breaks. That's in the dirt. Throw down to second, and it hops in there, but the tag's applied. Trey Funderburg took that throw. He was on the first base side of the bag at second. He really blocked that bag. And a head-first slide for Thompson, and caught stealing, and that's the end of the inning. That's a really nice, accurate bouncing throw to second, and Trey took it. 2-6 to cut down Ryan Thompson. Inning done, halfway home. Ohio 5, Toledo 1. This is Bobcat Baseball on AM 1340 WOUB. A little diversification in our rejoin music for you past 2 weekends. That's the OJs there. Backstabbers. Bottom of the 5th's on. 5-1 Ohio with the lead. Back out there is Michael Jacob. And the first one is over but outside. Over but low. To Cole Revels. Over but outside doesn't make any sense. 1-0. Same pitch, same result. It's 2-0. Over but outside. That's not accurate. That would mean nothing, really. 2-0. That's over but high. It is 3-0 on Cole Revels. Walked, scored, and struck out tonight. 3-0. There's a strike. It's 3-1. Over but outside. That's a good one. Major League scores. White Sox lead the Yankees to start tonight. 1-0 in the Bronx. That's through 1. Good at-bat for Revels. That's a leadoff walk. Here's Trey Funderburg. 2 singles tonight for Trey. 5-1 Ohio. We're in the 5th. Jacobs trying to get the Rocket pitching staff through 5 innings. Tampa Bay 1, Toronto 0. Bottom of the 1st inning at Rogers Center. Pittsburgh playing tonight at Washington. The Pirates lead the Nats 1-0. That's in the 2nd. Coming up, Cleveland at Kansas City. This is a bunt put down in front of the mound, first base side. Jacobs with the lob toss to first. Able to get the runner On the sacrifice, Trey Funderburg with Revels going up to second. That was right on the line that Jacobs went down to get it. Sacrifice complete. One gone. Here's Trevor Hafner. The Reds are off tonight because they play in Mexico tomorrow against St. Louis. 2-game weekend jaunt down to Monterrey, Mexico. Final already done today. Cubs win of the Angels 5-1. Wind was blowing out at Wrigley today. And the Cubs win. Mike Trout not in the lineup. Want to know the count on Trevor Hafner. America's team, the Milwaukee Brewers, will play tonight against the Dodgers in Los Angeles. That West Coast swing continues. They were swept by the Angels previous series. 1-0 pitch. A little bit outside. 2-0 the count on Trevor Hafner. He's a Tigers fan. Many Rocket fans probably are. Tigers supposed to play in Minnesota tonight. That's impossible with the winter storm here in April. 2-0 pitch coming. Runner at second. One gone. Bottom of the fifth. Popped up. Foul ground near the Rocket dugout. And Monicky gives chase, but that ends up on the concourse. And there's a guy there that's holding up a baseball and says that I got it. It's a different baseball. 2-1 the count. One away, runner at second. Long look in from Jacob, the starter for Toledo. Come set, look at the runner at second and the 2-1 offering. It's high, 3-1. Ohio trailed 1-0 to start tonight in the first. And then that 5-run uprising for the Cats in the third. On top by 4 right now, last of the fifth. Doubleheader coming tomorrow on the air at 12:50 for a 1 o'clock first pitch. Jacob straightens up. Hafner waits. 3-1's outside, ball 4. And so free passes were a part of the fun for Ohio in the third. To Jacob's credit, he came back with a 1-2-3 inning in the fourth. Now Ohio has 2 on with 1 gone for Nathan Malott, who swung the big stick back in the third, a 3 RBI double to the gap in the left. So the Hafner walk, 2 free passes here in the fifth, and Ohio on top by 4, looking for more. Maybe Malott can do it again. Hitting 156 coming in, but a 3-run double in his last trip to the plate. Jacob lost the handle on this one. It floats high and wide off of the glove of the catcher and back to the backstop on a wild pitch. He knew it right away when he released the ball. It didn't feel good out of his hand, and then it clipped off the glove of the catcher, Monicky, and went back to the backstop. So a wild one puts Revels at third, Hafner at second. Malott hits here with 2 in scoring position, and Toledo needs to bring the infield in. This is a great spot for Ohio to be in here. Bottom of the lineup, getting on base. Ohio on top by 4, looking for more. Infield in all the way around. 1-0 the count. Jacob for Malott. And Nathan takes outside. 2-0. Tweeted out some pictures from the booth at Russ Eisenstein if you care to take a look. Look from the booth, look from around the ballpark tonight. 5-1 Ohio with the lead, 2-0 the count. Big inning here to try to add on. Already doubling up the Rockets in hits. There have been a lot of long at-bats tonight, too. Hafner had that bases-loaded walk to bring in a run to give Ohio a lead earlier. And you've had a little bit of a lot here tonight. And Malott's done a lot. Time called, out to the mound goes Monicky. There is activity in the Rocket bullpen. It's a right-hander that's up down there. There's a sheet, kind of a tarp over that chain link fence, so you can't see a number, but you can see a body back there. And they get their pen going. 2-0 the count on Ohio's catcher. Here it is from Jacob. There's a strike. It is 2-1. One away here in the fifth, and Ohio has runners on second and third. 5-1 Ohio with the lead, looking for more. Malott has 5 ribbies this season, 3 of them tonight. 2-1 pitch from the lefty Jacob is a fly ball left center field. He hit the gap again, and this is away from a diving Davis, and it will roll in front of the track. It clears the bases. Malott did it again with the stand-up double. It is 7-1 Ohio. Scoring is Revels from third. Scoring is Hafner from second. That's a 5 RBI night for Nathan Malott. 7-1 Cats. Back-to-back doubles for him, too. Davis dove, moving from left to right. And he nearly made the play, but it hopped in front of his glove and then just trickled behind him. And because of the rain earlier today, that's a soggy outfield track. 7-1 Ohio on 7 hits tonight. Back-to-back run-scoring doubles for Malott. Time called. Pitching change probably coming up for the Rockets. Meeting on the mound, Michael Jacobs getting knocked around here. And there's the call to the pen. So the Rockets' Friday night guy wasn't able to shine under these lights tonight. 7-1 Ohio. Malott on that bases clearing 2-bagger chases the Rockets starter. 60-second pause. We're in the fifth with 1 gone. We'll tell you about the new Rocket reliever and the first one of the night after this 60-second pause. This is Bobcat Baseball on AM 1340 WOUB. Bobcats are moonwalking through the middle innings here. 7-1. Ohio on top. 7-7-1 for the green and white. 1-3-0 for the midnight blue and gold. Remember, Toledo led 1-0 to start off this dance tonight. And Ohio's been able to crack that starter for the Rockets. Michael Jacob. New pitcher in is Kyle Bischoff. 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 Wears 16 from Macomb, Michigan. 6'1", 186 and a righty. Bischoff in there for UT. Bischoff making his 9th appearance. He's 0-2 with a 15 ERA. 12 innings of work, 16 hits, 22 runs, 20 earned, 17 walks, 12 strikeouts. Yikes. The opposition against Bischoff is hitting a robust .348. This is the 23rd appearance in the career for Bischoff. He's walked 45 and he struck out 31. You never want to be on the wrong side of that. Sebastian Fabic here with a runner at second. That's Malott. He's plated 5 tonight on back-to-back doubles. 7-1 Ohio, 1 gone, and this is airmailed over Fabic back to the backstop on a wild pitch. Up 90 feet to third is Malott. So that one pitch seems to be emblematic of what Bischoff has done throughout the season. Now, he hasn't airmailed every pitch, obviously, and it's been a struggle, though, for him, it would appear from his stats. 1-0 the count, runner at third, 1 gone. Fabic with the infield in now for the Rockets. Just needs to dump it into the outfield somewhere. And he takes one high. It's 2-0. Still just one gone in the inning. Walk for Revels, sacrifice Funderburg, Hafner double, and then Revels and Hafner both scored on Nathan Malat's 2 RBI double. The Millard South product from Omaha. Fly ball foul down the line and right. Long run, out of play. As Cervello raced over. 2-1. Malat at third. He's a Red Sox fan. He's a Vikings fan. He's a Red Wings fan. So he's got a lot of stuff there. There's Nathan Malat. Massachusetts, Minnesota, and Michigan. 3 M's. Favorite player, former Red Sox Jason Varitek. He was pretty good. 2-1 pitch here to Fabic. Buzzed his tower, moved him back, and a fastball up and in. It is 3-1. So Bischoff, the first arm out of that Toledo bullpen. And it's been a rough start. Just a couple pitches in. 3-1. Misses inside. Ball 4. Runners on the corners now. Another walk for Rocket pitching. That is the third of this inning. 6th of the night. They've also hit a batter. That's not going to get it done. Much like Ayers, walks and hit batters. That's going to haunt you. Back topside now to Trevor Lucas. 0 for 3 tonight with the strikeout. 7-1 Ohio. We're in the 5th. 2 already in. Trevor Lucas wears 24. His dad's here. Redshirt freshman from Tustin, California. Orange County. There's a strike. It's 0-1. 294 coming in as 7 runs batted in. 8 and 9 are out there for him underneath the lights here on a gray night in southeast Ohio with the cherry blossoms still blooming. 0-1. That hopped in, gets away from the catcher, back to the backstop. Wild pitch, 8-1. Up to second goes Fabic as Malat could have crawled home. 8-1 Ohio here in the 5th, a 3-run inning. Walks, hit batters, wild pitches. And then you add in what Ohio's been able to do, 7 hits and 8 runs tonight. Cats on top by 7 with 1 gone and a runner in scoring position for Trevor Lucas. Base hit makes it 9-1 with good speed aboard. Ohio lost 10-8 to Ohio State midweek, and it was a heartbreaker. Ohio was down to the last strike. 1-1 here. Bischoff drops it in for a strike. It's 1-2. 2 weekends ago against Bowling Green, it was a must-win series. Ohio won it. Last weekend, Rob Smith said same situation on the road. Ohio was swept. This weekend, gotta have it. If you have designs on getting to Avon, or you make it really tough for yourself. And right now they're up by 7. We're in the 5th. 1-2 low. 2-2 the count on Trevor Lucas. Rockets away from home this year are 5-14. Ohio at home this season is 5-8. Again, combined in MAC play, these two teams are 4-12. Two teams picked in the middle of the pack. Toledo 5th, Ohio 6th. 2-2 pitch to Trevor Lucas, Ohio's leadoff batter, with a man at second and 1 gone. And here it is from Bischoff, sliced on the ground foul. Just up the chalk at third. We'll do it again at 2-2. Rockets have lost 10 of their last 11. The win in that was at Miami in the third game of that series last weekend, winning 7-5. That was at home. And just eyeballing here, a bulk of these losses have been by multiple runs. Just a couple have been by single tallies. 2-2 the count, so they're used to being in this position. There's a fly ball to right, slicing towards the line. This is a long run, but played right near the chalk by Cervello, and Malat does not tag. That's a strong throw. even in games when a team's down by 7, they still have to execute on fly ball outs, and that strong throw by Cervello and his good read on the ball right on the line and right prevented Malott going to third. So Lucas 0 for 4 tonight. Here is Aaron Levy. He was hit by a pitch, struck out twice. Hits here now in the 5th, and Ohio on top 8-1. Seven feels comfortable. Feels like a pleasant evening in Southeast Ohio. Pitch to Levy's a strike. Ohio getting to their pen early. Well, maybe not so early in the 5th, but in progress. Bluff moved back to second by Bischoff. Taking advantage of opportunities, something they didn't do last weekend. Got a shot this weekend, up by 7, looking for more. 2 gone in the frame and the pitch. Big swing and a miss. Levy tried for his 2nd home run of the year. Again tomorrow, time change, on the air at 12:50 for a first pitch at 1 o'clock, game 1 of a doubleheader. So this series will be done in 2 days. 0-2, low and inside, skipped away for a moment. Actually, that did hit him on the foot. I heard a couple of different clicks there, a couple different sounds. That's a leather off the shoe, and that's another hit batter tonight. That's the 2nd time that Levy's been hit. Here's Rudy Rote. Runners on 1st and 2nd here, and Ohio on top 8-1, and Ohio's best hitter is at the plate. And Monicki, the catcher for Toledo, standing with the home plate umpire. They're looking to the Rocket dugout, and I don't know what was going on there. We have no replay review. You can't review if Levy actually got hit by the pitch. But anyway, runners on 1st and 2nd here for Rudy. He tied the game with a long home run that was back in the 3rd inning to start it off. Want to know the count? 28 ribbies on the year, 7 home runs now. Ohio on top by 7. Just air it out here and see what you come up with. Here it is from Bischoff. That's low. It is 2-0. When Rudy feels that he's got the pitcher read, and when he is guessing right, he will ambush a pitcher. In this league, there's really no one better at gauging a strike zone or figuring out what a pitcher's going to throw better than him. And when he's right, man, is he right. 2-0 pitch coming with 2 gone. That misses low and inside. They want no part of him. 3-0 the count. On deck is Michael Richardson. Ohio on top 8-1 in this lengthy 5th inning. Seven hits for Ohio tonight, 3 for the Rockets. 3-0 pitch from Bischoff to Rudy Rote. Swing and a smash, that's fair. Down the line and right and into the corner. This will plate 1 at least. Fabik scores. Stopping at 3rd is Levy. It's an RBI double down the line and right for Rudy Rote. It's 9-1 Ohio. 3rd double on the night. Rudy with his 2nd RBI. He's got 29 on the season now. He smashed that. Diving towards the line was Thompson at first, but he couldn't flag it down. Here's Michael Richardson, the 9th batter to bat in the inning. Stopping at 3rd on the play was Levy. No sense in making a play interesting at the plate when you don't have to. Ohio's on top by an 8 spot with a 4-run 5th inning here. The pitch, fly ball foul down the line and right. Richardson, 2 singles and a flyout. Hits here now with 2 in scoring position. 9-1 Ohio here in the 5th. And Bischoff just based on the stats, has been in this position often. His career ERA is 16.01 coming into tonight. 0-1 pitch. Low but called a strike. It's 0-2. 2 gone in the inning. This is the second time Ohio has placed 9 at the plate. Happened in the third, happens here in the 5th. Ohio with a 4-run inning looking for more. The 0-2 pitch. Low, smothered there by Monicki. Rudy cruised into second without a play on that double, by the way. So 3 doubles on the night for Ohio. 2 for Malott, 1 for Rudy. That's his 12th double of the year. Now double number 44 for the ball club. 1-2, just low. Looked pretty good. It's 2-2. So this series will end in the span of 24 hours. 2-2 pitch. Called, strike 3. Inning done. Ohio scores 4 on 1, 2 hits. There were 3 walks and a hit batter. Richardson goes down on strikes. Inning over. 9-1 Ohio on Toledo. 90-second pause. 90-second pause, please. This is Bobcat Baseball on AM 1340 WOUB.
Now back, the center fielder number 12, Brad Boss. The right fielder, number 30, John Cervello.
Top of the 6th inning is on. Welcome back to the Wren. 9-1 Ohio with the lead on Toledo. Brad Boss just hopped out to second to start off the Rockets' 6th. And here is John Cervello, their right fielder. Cues one off the end of the bat to first. Guides Rudy towards the line. Takes a turn right. Taps on the sack for the out. And that's 2 quick outs here after a 4-run marathon of a 5th inning for Ohio. Eddie Cutt back out there, qualified for the win in the 5th. And he is cruising here in his 2nd start. Had a first inning in which the Rockets scored on an RBI single by Trace Hatfield. And here is Chris Myers, their 3rd baseman. Struck out in the 1st. Grounded out in the 3rd. Hits here now in the 6th. 9-1 Ohio, and the pitch is a changeup strike. 0-1. Right on left here in the Rockets' 6th. That just misses outside. 1-1 the count. Ohio trying to get to 4 league wins. The Rockets are hanging on at 1 right now. Line shot down the line and right. It is fouled by about 4 feet. My father listening to the broadcast tonight. My mom might be too. In Malta, Illinois, just west of DeKalb, 5 miles west. So it was a home game for me last weekend on the road. 1-2 the count, 2 gone. We're in the 6th. 9-1 Ohio with the lead. Cut trying to close it out. Misses outside. Two and 2 the count here in the 6th. Cut trying to make it real snappy as he wipes to a new pitch. 2-2, high and wide, 3-2. He has faced 3 batters in each of the last 4 innings now? 5 innings now? Payoff pitch, high chopper to the right side. To his right, Richardson. Gloves, throws, got him. Another 1-2-3 inning. He faced 3 last inning because there was a caught stealing in there. The last Rocket base runner was Ryan Thompson an inning ago, but that really has been part of this fun. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 straight innings in which 3 batters have been to the plate. Wow. Another 1-2-3 rack. We're through with 5.5. 9-1 Ohio. This is Bobcat Baseball on AM 1340 WEB. Night blue and gold. Cole Revels will bat here now for the Cats. Leads it off in the inning. Strikeout, walk, walk. Ohio's 5-hole hitter. And takes one high and tight from Bischoff, the reliever for Toledo. It's 1-0. Ohio up by 8. And they have 8 hits. Next one's a little bit outside, 1-1. Popping fastball for a strike. It's 1-2. This day in Major League Baseball history was the first opening day for the Kansas City Athletics. 2-1 misses inside. It's 3-1. They played at a place called Municipal Stadium. Standing room crowd of 32,147. Kansas City's win over the Tigers 6-2. That was back in 1955 on this date. Cole Revels starts it off with another walk. That's his 3rd walk of the night. That's like walk 100 for Toledo pitching. Here is Trey Funderburg. That's the 7th walk for Rocket pitching. Jack Longo will pinch hit here for Trey Funderburg. Jack Longo to pinch hit here. His brother Mitch starting off in Double-A Akron in the Indian system. Longo takes a strike. It's 1-0. He's going to have a real good shot to move on up the ladder. Jack hitting .214, 9 for 42 this year. Does have 2 runs batted in. Open stance, back of the box, right-hand side. 0-1 pitch coming, misses inside. It's 1-1. 9-1 Ohio, runner at first, nobody gone, bottom of the 6th. Rockets have just 3 hits. 1-1 coming from Bischoff. Big swing and a miss. It's 1-2. 1966 on this day. Before a crowd of 50,671 at Atlanta's Fulton County Stadium, the Braves played their first game in Atlanta after they moved from Milwaukee. The Pirates won 3-2. In 13 innings, Willie Stargell had a 2-run homer in that game. Joe Torre had 2 home runs. On a day that never should have happened. They never should have left Milwaukee. 1-2, shot foul. There are about 2 rows of college students. The screen is there for a reason, and they are beside themselves, still scared on that line drive that would have been right at them if the screen wasn't there. Here's a 1-2 wild pitch that gets away. They've had a lot of those two tonight. Up to second goes Cole Revels. Screen is there for a reason on that shot. Foul ball, and they're still shaken up. Glad the screen's there. Glad they're all right. 2-2 the count. Bottom of the 6th. 9-1 Ohio with the lead. Jack Longo at the plate. Here it is from Bischoff. Instead, a bluff move back to second. Now, the Braves never should have left Milwaukee. Had a wonderful fandom there. First team outside of New York to draw 2 million Major League Baseball, and they just left. 2-2. That's low. It's 3-2. If you ever get a chance to go to Miller Park or American Insurance Park, as it will soon be called, Milwaukee, there's a lot of stuff there about the Braves' days in Milwaukee. We're talking Aaron and Spahn and Matthews and Burdette, and just some great times and great players. 3-2 the count, and a nice plate appearance for Longo. He draws another walk. That is the 8th for Rocket pitching tonight. Runners on first and second here. Nobody gone in the 6th. Now, moving's been a part of baseball forever. The westward expansion of the league. Atlanta was going to get a team regardless, but not sure why it had to be Milwaukee. Then, of course, the Brewers came to town in 1970, and the rest is history. American League team, but in a National League city, and then finally, rightly so, moved to the National League and have been there ever since. The Braves are in Atlanta. Pitch misses low. It's 1-0. But if you talk about regional teams, Atlanta certainly deserved baseball. All the National League East titles that they won. 1-0 the count on Trevor Hafner. Runners on first and second. Slider misses a little bit outside. 2-0. 9-1 Ohio here in the bottom of the 6th. So on this date in Major League Baseball history, you had 2 city debuts, Atlanta and Kansas City. Of course, Kansas City franchise moved to Oakland, and then the Royals moved to Kansas City. Expansion team, Kansas City. 2-0 pitch, fly ball foul, first base side, out of play. It's 2-1. The Royals, the Royal name is actually named after the Royal Stock Show. So a reference to cattle and horses and whatever else in Kansas City, and that's why they're called the Royals. The fountains are there because they have more fountains in Kansas City than in any other city in the United States. 2-1 pitch to Hafner. There's a strike. It's 2-2. Nobody gone. We're in the 6th. 9-1 Ohio with the lead. Runners on first and second. On this date in 1980, the Brewers beat the Red Sox 18-1. Wow, a lot of home runs in that game. 2 grand slams, in fact. Fly ball foul, back to home, out of play by Hafner. He has walked 3 times tonight, so he has had 3 plate appearances, but not an official at bat. Huh. That's rare to see. You don't see that often. Ohio's 7-hole hitting third baseman. First and second, the runners. 2-2 the count. Nobody gone in the 6th. Ohio on top 9-1. And looking for more. Again tomorrow, doubleheader on the air at 12:50, 1 o'clock first pitch. And Ohio will have a chance to potentially sweep the series in 2 days. But they'll have to finish this out tonight and then win in the first game tomorrow. 2-2, that's low. 3-2 the count. On at second is Revels. On at first is Jack Longo. 3-2 the count. Runners go. Fly ball foul down the line and right towards the softball complex and out of play. Ohio trying to get to 4 MAC wins and 9 wins overall this year. This is game number 31. Ohio is 8-22. But if you're going to get your 9th win this late in the year, this is the way to do it. Payoff pitch, swing and a miss. Good pitch by Bischoff. And strike 3, his second strikeout of the night. 1 gone, runners on first and second. And the doubling Malott up there now, back-to-back doubles. 5 ribbies on the night. Has a chance for a couple more right here. Could he do it again? I don't remember the last time a Bobcat hitter had 3 doubles in a game. 1 gone, runners on first and second. Ohio on top by 8. Bischoff for the Rockets deals. Fastball low. On Ohio's 8-hole hitting, Omaha native catcher Nathan Malott. Ohio does have an error tonight. That was on the first batter, which is an inauspicious start. 1-0, that's high, it's 2-0. There must be a sliver of sun somewhere because right now there is a little bit of a light purplish hue to the clouds that are to the east. I have to tweet this out, take a picture of it. It's a pretty look. 2-0, there's a strike, it's 2-1. Yeah, just over the convo right now. You see a little bit of a pinkish, purplish hue. Lights on at the ballpark. We're in the 6th. 9-1 Ohio. Bischoff with a long look at second. And a throw back there, but sliding back in time is Revels. Still a long way to go tonight, but this one feels pretty comfortable. Bischoff straightens up in the 2-1. Low and outside, 3-1. There is no activity in the Rocket bullpen. And based on the numbers of Bischoff, he's just trying to figure it out. Second pitcher used tonight. 3-1 the count. Long look back at second, and he steps off. Back into the box is Malott. Run scoring chance here again. Here it is for Nathan. Buried, gets away, back to the backstop. It's ball 4. Bases are loaded. I believe that's the 10th walk tonight. 9th or 10th walk tonight by Toledo pitching. 3 in this inning. He's walked the bases loaded on
The center fielder, number 34, Sebastian.
4 plate appearances. There's a strikeout for Hafner in there, but Revels at third, Longo at second, Malott at first. And another bases loaded chance for Sebastian Fabic. Time called. Pitching coach out to the mound. Now, I'm not a pitching coach, but there was a lot of preoccupation of looking at the runner at second as opposed to focusing on the plate. 9-1 Ohio with the lead. Town hall meeting out there. Every Rocket on the mound. From the infield, anyway. We're in the 6th. Ohio has had a lot of base runners tonight. They walked 15 midweek against Dayton, and you can chalk that up to maybe, well, midweek pitching. But this is the same thing. They had a season-high 15 walks in that midweek loss to Dayton. They've dropped 10 of their last 11. Pitching a big reason why. They are the 8th best ERA in the league as a staff. There are 10 teams in this league. Nowhere to put Sebastian Fabic, who has walked tonight. Every Bobcat sans 3 in the starting lineup. So 6 have drawn a free pass or been hit by a pitch. Seven, in fact. First one's a ball. It's 1-0 to Fabic. Lucas. Nope. Actually, that is right. Richardson and Lucas, the two that have not been hit by a pitch or walked. Fabic was swinging for a grand slam, comes up empty. It's 1-1. One gone here in the 6th, and Ohio on top 9-1. With a pinkish purple haze in the sky to the east. 1-1 pitch. Low, it's 2-1. There is activity in Toledo's bullpen. After all of this, Ohio on top by 8. Two on pitch. Swinging a foul tip. 2-2 on Sebastian Fabic, who reached on a fielder's choice, grounded out, and walked. And that got a little piece of Monicki, the catcher. Umpire gives him a little time. 2-2 the count with the bases packed with Cats. And one gone here in the 6th. For a team that had a heartbreaking loss midweek to Ohio State, this has to feel pretty good. 2-2 pitch. Low. 3-2. And I can't remember the last time that somebody has walked 4 in an inning to plate a run. But this Toledo reliever, Kyle Bischoff, is a ball away from doing just that. Revels at third, Longo at second, Malott at first. 3-2 the count, one gone. Low, ball 4. And Ohio's on top 10-1 on 4 walks in the inning for Kyle Bischoff. And Ohio's on top by 9 on UT here in the bottom of the 6th. That's the second walk for Fabic. That's RBI number 10 on the year. Revels scores. Longo to third. Malott to second. Fabic at first. Here's Trevor Lucas. That's 9 walks tonight. and add 2 hit by pitches. Levy's been hit twice. Time called, and this is, from Toledo's perspective, finally going end. Pitching change here. Bischoff's night is done. 10-1 Ohio. Bases remain loaded. 1 gone. We're in the bottom of the 6th with a run already in, and the Rockets will make a pitching change. 90-second pause for the pitching change. 90 seconds. This is Bobcat Baseball on AM 1340 WOUB. Here for Toledo. 28, Eric with an A, McAtee, M-C-A-T-E-E. 6'4", 190, and a freshman from Oak Harbor, Ohio. And he is in there now with the bases loaded. And Trevor Lucas is the batter. 0 for 4 tonight. McAtee in for the Rockets. Bases packed. Ohio on top, 10-1, 1 gone, bottom of the 6th. This is his 9th appearance. He's 0-1 with a 10.38 ERA. And he drops one low. It's 1-0. To repeat, 9 free passes, 2 hit batters. Midweek against Dayton, they walked 15. McAtee, 8 2/3 innings of work, 8 hits, 10 runs, all earned. He has 8 more walks than he has strikeouts, 15-7. Fly ball foul, first base side out of play. 1-1 the count. And this is just a avalanche of free passes. 10-1 Cats here in the bottom of the 6th. Lucas trying to really put it out of reach. Ohio has 8 hits to go along with the rest of the base runners. 1-1. There's a strike and a breaking ball. It is 1-2. I mean, these are just really long innings for the Toledo defense. And then add in there the amount of 1, 2, 3 innings spun by Bobcat pitching tonight as Eddie Cutt has had a real easy breezy sort of evening. Down 1-0 to start, but nothing since. 1-2 tapped at the plate foul. We'll do it again at 1-2. (10-1) Ohio. A 5 spot in the 3rd, 4 in the 5th, 1 in the in-progress 6th, and that was on a bases-loaded walk. The out was on a strikeout, so the ball hasn't been put into play in this inning. 1-2. Check swing. Did he go around? He did. That's strike 3. Lucas goes down on strikes. Been a tough night for him. That's the interesting thing about baseball. Your team could just be rolling, and you could have a tough individual night. Here's Aaron Levy. 2 gone. Bases remain loaded. Bottom of the 6th. Ohio on top 10-1. Here's Levy, the left-handed batter. Against McAtee, the third Rocket pitcher to be used tonight. From the stretch, bases still loaded, and the pitch. That's in the turf. Skitters away from the Rocket catcher, but no advancement of the runners. It's 1-0. Add to that, with all the walks tonight, first pitch strikes have been a problem for Toledo. They just haven't been up in the count. 1-0. Fly ball, left center field, hit really well. Back to the warning track, back to the wall. That ball's gone. Grand slam, Bobcat blast, and a blowout of the Rockets. Blast off on UT. And Ohio is blasting their way to their 4th Mid-American Conference win of the year on a grand slam home run for Aaron Levy. And Ohio's on top 14-1. An opposite field grand slam. And a 5 spot here in the 6th. The second grand slam home run of the week. Cole Revels hit the other. The second home run of the night. And Ohio's had a little bit of everything. 14-1 Ohio. Aaron Levy's second home run of the year. RBIs 11, 12, 13, and 14. Here's Rudy Rote. He's played at 2. He homered. He doubled. He takes a strike. It is 0-1. I mean, the combination of things tonight, the avalanche of walks and hit batters, and then add on to the fact that Ohio has 9 hits. And this is as good as you can hope for to start off the series. 14-1 Ohio. Here it is for Rote. That misses high and wide. 1-1. These have been long innings, and Ohio has scored 9 in the last 2. 3 innings of work and multiple run innings here. 5 in the 3rd, 4 in the 5th, 5 here in the 6th. Rudy got under this, popped it up. This is towards the Bobcat dugout. Third baseman gives chase, and it ends up on the top of the dugout. A bunch of kids give chase. Still got to return the balls to the dugout. This is not the SEC. 1-2 the count. We're still in the 6th with 2 away. 1-2 the count. And here it is. Misses low and inside. 2-2. I mean, the Rockets are in danger of losing their 11th of their last 12. Their 6th in a row. They did take a game from Miami last weekend. 2-2 pitch. Swinging a fly ball foul over the Bobcat dugout, out of play. Ohio out hitting Toledo 9-3. An opposite field grand slam home run by Aaron Levy. He was hit twice tonight, struck out twice, and hit a grand slam home run. I'm sure he'll never have a line like that ever again. 2-2 pitch on Rudy Rote. Swinging a fly ball, shot foul, third base side, out of play. Ohio up by 13, and we're in the last of the 6th. The stretch hasn't happened yet. 2 gone, bases clear. Here it is for Rudy Rote. Swinging a tapper foul. McAtee, the freshman from Oak Harbor, Ohio. And after Bischoff and after their starter tonight, Michael Jacob, the Rocket pitching is leaving a lot to be desired if you're a fan of the Midnight Blue and Gold. Outfield is incredibly deep. 2-2 pitch. That hit him. That was on his leg. Tosses the bat away. And 9 walks. 3 hit batters. Holy cow. Here's Michael Richardson. This is the 3rd time that Ohio has had 9 batters bat tonight. All of these innings that Ohio scored these runs, they've put all 9 to the plate. I have not seen a game like this since they've deadened the bats in my time as Ohio's voice. And there have been some big innings, but the combination of things tonight. Here's Michael Richardson. 2 singles, fly out, and a strikeout. Runner at first, 2 gone. He was swinging for the downs and came up empty. It is 0-1. 2 gone, runner at first. In another marathon frame for the green and white. Mentioned this team is 282nd in offense in the country of 297 Division I teams. Not looking like it tonight. 0-1 pitch, a little bit outside. 1-1 the count. I mean, Ohio's team average coming in is 230, but if you looked at that scoreboard, you wouldn't know it tonight. Toledo is also helping, and Ohio is capitalizing. If you have that many free passes in a game, you have really no cause to hope for a win. 1-1, strike on the outside edge. It's 1-2. Back at it tomorrow. Airtime 12:50 if this game ends before tomorrow. Parking's going to be tight here tomorrow around the athletic complex, so I might just sleep in my car. 1-2 pitch. Chopper, third base side, will stay in the field of play. Myers throws to first, pulled him off the bag. Holy cow. The inning will continue with the 10th batter to bat. That's going to be an error on the Rockets unless he just... Yeah, it is an error. At first it went up on the board as a hit, but it most certainly is an error on the throw. E5. Here is Cole Revels, 10th batter to bat. 2 gone. Runners on first and second. 14-1 Ohio. And Revels started this thing off with a walk. Shoots this to right. Hit pretty well, but it is playable. Cervello is there. Makes the catch. This inning's done. Ohio sent 10 to the plate. They score 5. There was a grand slam home run for Aaron Levy. There were a lot of walks, and there was 1 error, and there still were 2 stranded. We're through with just 6. 14-1 Ohio. This is Bobcat Baseball on AM 1340 WOUB. runs. Ohio on top of Toledo 14-1 as we move on to the 7th. 14-9-1 for the green and white. 1-3-1 for the Rockets. They have had just one hit after the second inning. They had an RBI single. Sorry. They've had just one hit after the first inning. They had the RBI single by Hatfield. And he's the one that leads it off here in the 7th. 0-1 the count. Eddie Cutt probably needed to loosen up between innings. After a long pause, he's back out there now. 1-1 the count. 3 hits tonight. Their one hit after the first was from Ryan Thompson, and that was 2 innings ago. 1-2 the count now on Trace Hatfield. Wonder what they're thinking. Down 13 with still 3 innings of offensive chances left. 1-2 misses inside. It's 2-2. Eddie Cutt's been just sitting around for a while. Ohio on top by 13 here in the 7th. 2-2 pitch. Hit on the ground to short. Easy pickings there. Jack Longo in the game now at short for Ohio, and he throws out Trace Hatfield. Sorry, they have changed it up. Hafner is at short. I was not given the changes. Hafner is at short for the Bobcats. And looking for the rest of the defensive changes here. There's a strike called on Darren Davis. It is 0-1. So Hatfield grounds out 6-3. That's Hafner. High chopper, back up the middle. Flag there to the right of the bag. Richardson throws to first in time for the out. 2 up, 2 down. A 3 up, 3 down here. This quickly would be just salt in the wound. Here's Riley Campbell. I mean, Ohio was up for like an hour. The Rockets haven't been up at the plate for more than 90 seconds. Here is Campbell. Reached on a rather out in the first inning. Actually, fielder's choice ended that inning in a ground out. 1-0 the count, 2 gone. We're in the top of the 7th, and Ohio on top 14-1. There's a strike from Eddie Cutt. 1-1. Ohio scored 12 runs in back-to-back-to-back games. Line shot to short, caught by Hafner as he crouched down to make the catch. And that's like less than 2 minutes at the plate for the Rockets. And their 7th inning is done. Time to stretch, and Ohio on top 14-1. This is Bobcat Baseball on AM 1340 WEB. as we're in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Now batting. The right fielder, number 20.
So
Sargent.
Ohio's going to make a change here as well. We're going to see the bench to be emptied out, which is probably a good idea. 35 is Bryce Davis, 6'3", 210, and a sophomore from Rockford, Michigan. The Rockets obviously recruit Michigan heavily. Bryce Davis making his 8th appearance. He's 0-1 with a 15.43 ERA. Some of the numbers here are just eye-popping. Ryan Sargent's the batter for Ohio to lead it off here in the bottom of the 7th. Ohio put 10 to the plate an inning ago. He will hit for Cole Revels, and there's a strike. It is 1-1. Ryan Sargent batting for the Bobcats here. Sargent getting 164 this year with 5 runs batted in. 1-1 the count, bottom of the 7th, bases clear, nobody gone. Leadoff man up here for Ohio is Ryan Sargent. 1-1 pitch, misses upstairs. And the pitch is popped up. Foul ground, first base side out of play. Towards the cherry blossoms, it's 2-2. 5 in the 3rd, 4 in the 5th, 5 in the 6th. Two pitch coming up. Strike 3 called. And that is the first time in a while that Toledo has retired the leadoff batter. Actually, it was Sargent hitting for Jack Longo. My apologies. Here's Trevor Hafner. Hafner is the shortstop here. 1 gone, bottom of 7, 14-1 Ohio. And the pitch misses high. It's 1-0. So for an offense that has not exactly eye-popping numbers, last 2 weeks now, they've scored a lot of runs. 1-0, swing and a miss for Hafner. Tonight he is 0 for 1 because he's walked 3 times. Ohio on top by 13. It's a quick sleep tonight for a doubleheader tomorrow, but a lot easier to wake up after a big-time win. 2-1 the count.
Toledo Rockets. Now pitching, number 35, Bryce Davis.
4th pitcher to be used tonight for Toledo. 2-1 the count, 1 away. Bottom of 7, 14-1 Ohio. And the pitch. Fly ball, foul, down the line and right, actually just back of the infield area. First baseman over, makes the play. Thompson on the catch in foul ground, and that's 2 up, 2 down. Nathan Malott, who tonight has walked, doubled, and brought in 5, hits here now in the 7th. Jack Liebetor will start tomorrow in Game 1, then Kenny Ogg will start in the nightcap. 2 gone, bases clear, and here it is. Fastball strike. No game Sunday because of the rain coming. Ohio out hitting Toledo 9-3. The 9 doesn't exactly match the 14. It's not often you see that combination. Pitch misses inside. 1-1 the count. I mean, just the free passes. Ten walks and a couple of hit batters for Toledo pitching. 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball strike. It's 1-2. The in-progress line for Kenny Ogg, I'm sorry, for Eddie Cutt, by the way. 7 innings, 3 hits, 1 run. He has thrown 85 pitches, 61 strikes. 4 strikeouts, no walks. 1-2 pitch with 2 gone. Eye high, it's 2-2. 14-1 Ohio. We're in the 7th. Malott hitting with the bases empty, which is a first for him. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. A 1-2-3 inning spun by Toledo. We're through with 7. 14-1 Ohio. This is Bobcat Baseball on AM 1340 WOEB. In this, the 167th all-time meeting between these two schools, Ohio will get to 96 wins tonight.
First baseman number 6.
They have 6 outs to play with to get at least 13 runs. Eddie Cutt back out there with some activity in the Ohio bullpen. Thompson, the first baseman, bats for Toledo, and 2-0 is the count. 7, 8, and 9 scheduled here. 3-0 is the count. Thompson tonight 1 for 2. He has 1 of the 3 rocket hits. Left-handed batter, 3-0, taken high, ball 4. From Eddie Cutt, leadoff man on. For the 3rd time tonight, and that's the first base runner
Now back, the catcher number 1.
since the 5th. Now again, Thompson was on as the leadoff man on in that inning and was caught stealing. So every inning after the first, just 3 batters have been to the plate for Toledo. And Eddie Cutt's night could be done here in the 8th. Rob Smith out to the mound. 14-1 Ohio. Leadoff man on for Toledo. Nobody gone here in the top of the 8th. And Rob Smith will have a chat with his starter as there is activity in the Bobcat bullpen. No signal as of yet. And he's going to stay in. Ohio up by 13, and Cutt, if we were to take a look at time a pitcher has been on the mound, I mean, Rocket pitchers have been out there a ton tonight. He'll stay in with a runner at first. 9-hole hitter is Mohnickey, the catcher. Mohnickey. Takes a ball, it's 1-0. cut from the stretch. 1-0. Fly ball hit really well to left center field. Fabic goes back on the race back, looks up, and it's off the base of the wall. Hitting second, going to third is Thompson. It's a sliding two-bagger for Mark Monicki. The Rockets' fourth hit of the night. Runners on second and third. That ball slapped just to the right of the attack cat in left center field.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 5.
And so 2 aboard to start it off for the Rockets here. Thomas Eitner bounces one foul. It's 0-1. So that's the first extra base hit on the night for Toledo. That is their 51st double of the year. For Monicki, that is two-bagger number 3. 1-1 the count from Eddie Cutt. 14-1 Ohio. We're in the 8th. You could hear the track meet going on at Pruitt Field right now, probably. 1-1, got under this, popped it up into shallow right center. Actually just back a second. Catch made there by Richardson. Out number 1 of the inning, no advancement of the runners. Back topside now to Brad Boss. Fly ball foul, third base side out of play. 0-1. Boss tonight 0 for 3. 7th best hitter in the MAC. Reached on an error to start the game. That was a shot to Richardson at second. Couldn't glove it. It was a hard hit ball. Fly ball to left. Down the line, curling into foul ground and drops down foul. 0-2. 1 run for the Rockets came in the first inning. And Boss was the one to score it. Won't visit with Rob Smith after the game. He's going to coordinate with Toledo's staff, umpires, and that about tomorrow. Doubleheader here. We'll visit with him in pregame to talk about tonight and set the scene for tomorrow. Long day of baseball tomorrow. 0-2 the count, 1 gone, runners on second and third, and here it is for Boss. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Malott dropped it, picks it up, steps in front of the plate, throws to first, and Rode had to stretch at first, but makes the catch to complete the strikeout for Eddie Cutt. So Cutt on the night now, 5 strikeouts. He is approaching 100 pitches. John Cervello, their right fielder, 0 for 3 tonight. Hits with second and third occupied. 2 gone, and the first one's a strike. It's 0-1. Major League scores tonight. Yankees lead the White Sox 5-3. 0-2 the count on Cervello. Rays still raying up 5-0. They lead the Blue Jays. That's in the 6th. Red Sox 3, Orioles nothing. That's in the 6th. Phillies 6, Marlins nothing. Gosh, the Marlins are terrible. Mets 6, Braves 1. Top of the 4th at SunTrust. Mets are trying to go 9-4 on the year. Royals 4 in the first inning, leading the Indians 4-0 bottom of the first in Kansas City. 0-2 the count on John Cervello. Remember, there was a leadoff walk here. Thompson's at third, Monicki at second. 0-2 the count, 2 gone. Cutt trying to complete the 8th. This is Cutt foul to the screen. We'll do it again at 0-2. Games later tonight: Padres, Diamondbacks, Astros, Mariners, Rockies, Giants, Brewers, Dodgers. It's a lot of West Coast baseball tonight. 0-2 the count, 2 gone, second and third the runners, and a pitch from Cutt is sliced foul down the line and left and out of the ballpark. Everything else in the MAC is almost done. Kent State leads Central Michigan 10-4. That's in the bottom of the 8th inning. Schoonover Stadium in Kent, Ohio. Ball State beat Eastern today. Western beat Northern, and Miami won again over Bowling Green. 2 gone, 0-2 the count. Cut from the stretch, and here it is. Check swing. Did he go? No. Oh, how about it? Cervello was able to check it up. Cut at 98 pitches right now. Empty out the tank here on 1-2. Trying to get his 6th strikeout of the night. Allowed just 1 run, and that was in the first. As tidily spun of a game as you can have in a 14-1 advantage. Cut brings it home on 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. He did empty out the tank, and he blew it past a 300 hitter. 6 strikeouts of the night for Eddie Cutt. The offense and being opportunistic, headline stories tonight for Ohio, but Eddie Cutt certainly deserves some ink too. 6 strikeouts, 104 pitches. Ohio leads at 14-1 as we go to the bottom of the 8th. This is Bobcat Baseball on AM 1340 WOUB. Remember, Ohio, they scored 12 runs. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 times in the span of like a week and a half. And 12 is the season high prior to tonight. Ryan Strittmather will lead it off here, freshman from Vermillion, Ohio. 5'10", 158, right-handed batter. 14-1 Ohio, and the first one misses inside. It's 1-0. Good thing about games like this, you have the chance to play a lot of guys. Strittmather, 1 for 15 this year with 2 runs scored. This is the 16th game he's played in. He's started 4. Wears 7 on the back of the white uniform top. Ohio in all white tonight. Rockets in blue and gray. 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball strike. It's 1-2. To the Rockets' credit, down 14-1. They are still engaged on that bench. It's got to be a tough night for them. Away from home and down by 13, but still chirping a bit for their buddy on the mound. 2-2 the count. And if they weren't that way, you'd understand, but to their credit, they are. 2-2 pitch. Smashed on the ground, headed towards center. It's there for a base hit. Second hit of his year. Ryan Strittmather with a single to center.
At bat, the left fielder, number 24, Trevor Lucas.
Here's Trevor Lucas. Well, that's the 10th hit of the night for Ohio. 14 runs on 10 hits. That is a rare combination. Ohio's used just one pitcher tonight. There will be, you would figure, a new pitcher for the 9th. The Rockets are on their 5th. They've walked 10. They've hit a couple. They've given up 2 home runs. There was a grand slammer earlier by Aaron Levy, solo shot by Rudy Rote. Multiple multi-run doubles by Nathan Moat. Pretty complete. Trevor Lucas is the leadoff hitter. 2-0 is the count now. Lucas tonight, 0 for 5. 2-0. Hit on the ground to second, should be 2. On to second, 1. On to first, late. So Lucas reaches on a fielder's choice. 4-6. 1 gone here in the bottom of the 8th. And here is Aaron Levy.
Number 30, Aaron Levy.
Levy hit the grand slammer opposite field. You should really get another run for going oppo on a grand slam. But the other thing about tonight, too, is Ohio scored in 3 innings. 3rd, 5th, 6th. That's all it's taken to score 14 runs. First one low, it's 1-0. Offensive run scoring high this year. In a series that Ohio desperately has to have. 1-0, misses low and inside. Now the Rockets, they're in a real tough spot. They lose this weekend, if they get swept this weekend, you got 5 weekends left to try to advance to Avon. And 2-0, misses low and inside, it's 3-0. On deck for the Bobcats is Zion Avery. We saw him last weekend in DeKalb. Freshman from Indianapolis. 3-0 the count with 1 gone. And the pitch, there's a strike. It's 3-1. We played 4 innings rather quickly, and then it's been a marathon after that. 3-1, hit on the ground, up the chalk at first, foul. I say chalk, but there is no chalk anymore. 3-2 the count. From the stretch, 5th pitcher used for the Rockets. This one's fouled off, third base side out of play. Dunzamore. Bischoff's season ERA now is at 45. Jacobs is at, well, actually, that's tonight's numbers. That's not the accurate number for the season, so to be fair. But Jacob, McAtee, Davis, Bischoff, and Dunzamore pitching tonight. Fly ball hit a ton to left center field. This is back to the warning track, and it's caught. So Levy gave it a ride. Strittmather back to first on that fly out to left. Caught by Schwartzy, who is in there defensively for the Rockets. We have not been given the changes throughout the night, and they have not been announced either, so just picking it up on the fly. Here's Zion Avery. He batted in DeKalb last weekend. Avery is 5 for 34. That's a 143 average. Big presence in that right-handed box, and he takes a strike. It's 0-1. Top of the ninth at Kent State. The Flash is closing out Central Michigan 10-4. 0-1 the count, 2 gone, runner at first in the pitch. It's outside, it's 1-1. We'll just conclude this broadcast at the close. Hopefully it's the close of the top of the ninth, unless something crazy goes on in that ninth inning. Long day of broadcasting tomorrow. 1-1 pitch, cued foul towards the Rocket dugout. Have to look back here. This is the first Game 1 win of Ohio's MAC season. 1-2 goes to 2-2 now. Ohio dropped the opener to Central Michigan, won Game 2. Ohio lost the opener to Bowling Green, won Games 2 and 3, and then lost all 3 in DeKalb last weekend. This will end a 4-game losing streak. 3-2 the count. The Rockets' losing streak will, as I mentioned, continue. This will be 11 of their last 12. I mentioned I erred earlier. I'm sorry. Said they lost 6 in a row. That would be incorrect. The win in that was last weekend at Miami. This is smacked foul, and I didn't see where it smacked off of. I think potentially the back of the Rocket dugout. 3-2 the count. 2 gone, last of the 8th. Everybody's all right. Runner breaks from first. This is popped up. Back to home and out of play. Yeah, the Rockets did win a game at Miami last weekend, so it would be inaccurate to say they've had a lengthy losing streak, but 1 win in the span of, 12 games now. 3-2 the count, 2 gone. Ohio putting the finishing touches on this 14-1 lead and win, and there is ball 4. That is the 11th walk tonight by Rocket pitching. Avery draws the free pass. First and second, the runners.
Now back, the second baseman, number 8.
Michael Richardson to bat now. Ohio on top 14-1, out hitting him 10-4. Both teams have an error. The Bobcats' error was on the first batter of the game. Time called, mound meeting. Dunsamore just trying to get through this inning. Again, doubleheader tomorrow. 2 9-inning games. There are some leagues that play a 7 and a 9, but this is not one of them. So it will be a long day at the ballpark tomorrow. Fastball high, it's 1-0. On Richardson. Richardson tonight is 2 for 5. 1-0 pitch. Low and outside. 2-0. So the 15 walks that they had against Dayton's was a season high. They did have a game after that was against Youngstown. 2-0, misses inside. It's 3-0. But the broader story is that the Rockets have walked a lot of guys recently. $11 tonight. 5 for Bischoff, 5 for Jacob, 1 for Dunsamore. McAtee and Davis didn't walk a batter. And there's ball 4. That is the 12th walk for Rocket pitching. 12 walks, 10 hits, 2 hit batters, 14 runs. Here is Cole Revels, and Ohio has another chance for another grand slam. Levy hit it tonight. Revels hit one Tuesday, and you're up 14-1 with 2 gone in the 8th. I would swing as hard as I possibly could. Close your eyes, swing as hard as you can. Want to know the count. 2 gone, bases loaded, and the pitch. Well, he was. It's 1-1. I mean, why not? It's 14-1. Just let her rip. Could he do it again? He did it Tuesday night. Here it is. That's high. It's 2-1. I mean, baseball's supposed to be fun. Plate discipline, strikeout discipline when you're up by 13. That's, nah. Why not? Just let her rip. 2-1. Low. 3-1. You think Ryan Howard went up there with plate discipline when they're up 14-1 when he was hitting for Missouri State? No way. His dad sat beneath our booth when I broadcasted those games. 3-1 pitch. Low and outside, ball 4. That is the 13th walk on the night for Toledo. That is another bases loaded walk. It is now 15-1.
Now batting, right fielder number 20, Ryan Sargent.
Here's Ryan Sargent. Wow, this is just one of those nights. It's baseball, and this kind of stuff can happen to anybody. There's a strike. It is 0-1. I mean, on the highest of highest levels, Major League Baseball, the world champion, whoever that will be this year, will look back on a day where they absolutely didn't have it. 0-1, low and outside on Sargent. 1-1 the count. I mean, this is just something that happens. And tonight it's been all Cats. 1-1 the count, 2 gone, bottom of the 8th, 15-1 Ohio with the lead and the pitch. High and tight, 2-1. It's been a long one. Ohio trailed 1-0 once upon a time. And then after that, 5-1 Ohio. After that, 9-1 Ohio. And on and on. 2-1 in the turf. 3-1. One more outside the zone will be Toledo's crowd-pleasing 14th walk on the night. With 2 gone and Ohio on top by 14. Here it is from Dunsamore. A tough outing for him. High and tight, ball 4, bases loaded walk, 16-1 Ohio. I don't know if I've seen something like this in a long time.
Now batting, shortstop number 1, Trevor Hafner.
This is my 16th season of broadcasting college baseball. This is my 18th season of calling baseball in general. But the amount of walks and this combination of 16 runs on 10 hits, wow. Here's Trevor Hafner, and the first one misses low and outside. And I mean, Toledo doesn't need to hear it from me, but you got to feel for him a little bit because they got to go through it, and you just got to wear it. 2 gone, bases loaded, 1-0, low. It's 2-0. Ohio on top by 15. But you know what? I mean, tomorrow, that's another day for everybody. You never know what's going to happen. 2-0, that's high. It's ball 3. Bases remain loaded. Toledo is 1 ball away from their 15th walk of the night. That would be the second time in the last 3 games that they've walked 15. 3-0 pitch. There's an obligatory strike. It is 3-1. 2 gone. We're in the 8th. 2 already in. Ohio on top 16-1. Here it is for Hafner. Called a strike, slightly generous. It's 3-2. Dunsamore from the wind. Payoff pitch with the bases loaded and 2 gone. Swinging a pop-up, foul ground near the Toledo dugout, and it will be caught, and the inning is over. Ohio scores 2. They strand 3. It's 16-1 Ohio as we go to the 9th. This is Bobcat Baseball on AM 1340 WOUB. And the Rockets are going to pinch hit as well. Into pinch hit is David Jeffers. He started 1 game, played in 15. He's 2 for 17 this year. Right-handed hitter. And here we go in the 9th with Ohio up 15. First pitch, line shot off the glove of the second baseman Hafner and into center field. I think that's Hafner at second. Yep. Single for Jeffers to start it off.
Now batting, number 24, Trace Hatfield.
Here's Trace Hatfield. 5th hit of the night for Toledo. 16-1 Ohio. We are in the 9th. In what's turned into a lengthy contest. Remember, we started a little early tonight. We started about 5 minutes early. And so this is now a 3-hour and 11-minute game. Want to know the count on Hatfield. Rockets will come back with it tomorrow. They will start Lane Schnitz Paxton against Jack Liebetor. 1-0 pitch. Outside, 2-0 from Tony Euro. Everything else in the MAC is now done. Final score, Kent State 10, Central Michigan 4. 2-0 outside, 3-0. So Miami won over Bowling Green today, 12-4. They just keep on going. 9-4 Western over Northern. Ball State 3, Eastern 2. Kent State 10, Central Michigan 4. Here's 16-1, and there's ball 4. Tony Euro walks a man here in the 9th.
Now batter, second baseman, number 7, Darren Davis.
Darren Davis actually moved to second base there defensively for the Rockets, so he's 1 for 3. Freshman from Michigan. First and second, the runners. Rockets haven't had 2 on in a while. There's a strike. It is 0-1. So Ohio will go to bed happy tonight. Toledo will get to the bus and go to the hotel and try to flush this one in advance of tomorrow. 0-1, shot to left. It will dump down for a base hit. Bases loaded, nobody out here in the Rocket 9th. This is when announcers might say crazier things have happened, but this would have to be a 15-run 9th just to tie. So I don't know if anything crazier has happened than this. It would take a lot, to be sure. Zach Schwarzenberger, the batter now. First plate appearance for him. Right-handed batter. Takes one outside. It's 1-0. Schwarzenberger is 17 for 93 this year. It's a 183 average. 1-0 the count. Bases loaded. Swing and a miss. It's 1-1. Rockets' 1 run came in the first inning, so they might bookend their offensive effort tonight with runs potentially. 1-1, low and outside, 2-1. There is activity in Ohio's bullpen. Sacks packed with Rockets. First time they've had that tonight. There have been a lot of bases loaded chances tonight. 2-1, smash to center, and this will dump down for a base hit. It's 16-2. Schwarzenberger comes through with an RBI single. Their 7th hit on the night, and Ohio's lead has been shaved to 14, 16-2. Ryan Thompson, the batter now. Their first baseman, who's 1 for 2 tonight. Thompson, their 7-hole hitter. 231 hitter coming in. Takes one for his strike. It is 0-1. Singled and walked tonight. Bases loaded. 0-1 pitch. Low. It's 1-1. Ideally, this would have been a real quick top of the 9th, but the Rockets, to their credit, still playing here, down by 14. Which isn't an easy thing to do. I mean, they see the scoreboard. They know what's going on. Fly ball. This is towards the line and left. Long run, long run, long run. Catch is made. Tagging at third, bluffing, holding on a ball that's thrown back in as Lucas lost his lid in left field as he was running towards the line. Trevor Lucas 0 for 6 tonight, but he played that well. There's the first out of the inning. And the Rockets still have the bases loaded with 1 gone. Andrew Compton is the batter. Freshman catcher from LaGrange, Ohio. And he hits for the first time. Compton is 1 for 2 this year. One gone here in the top of the ninth. Ohio up 14, and the pitch is low. They appeal. He didn't go around. 1-0. Tony Euro delivers outside. 2-0. When you have that sidearm delivery, sometimes it you just can't find the proper release point. And Tony's fighting that right now. Bases loaded, one gone. Ohio up 14. This is smacked foul to the Rocket dugout. Nice play in that dugout there. 2-1. Ohio only out hitting the Rockets by 3. Not much of a buzz at the ballpark now. 2-1, fouled off. It's 2-2. Long day behind the plate as well. Also for the managers behind the plate here, charting every one of these pitches, videoing every one of these pitches. 2-2, low and inside, 3-2. There have just been a lot of pitches tonight. .117 pitches thrown by Ohio and 216 thrown by Toledo. There is a bases loaded walk. It is 16-3. And Rob Smith with a quick walk out from that third base dugout. We might get a pitching change here. Andrew Compton on the bases loaded walk. It's a 2-run ninth inning for the Rockets. And there is a pitching change coming up here for the Cats. We'll pause 60 seconds for the pitching change. 60-second pause. Ohio on top 16-3 on Toledo as we play on with the bases loaded and one gone here in the Rocket ninth. Ohio up by 13. This is Bobcat Baseball on AM 1340 WEB. .14 earned runs, 19 hits, 10 1/3 innings of work. He's given up 3 long balls. Matt Broski, third pitcher to be used tonight for the Bobcats. One gone, bases loaded. 16-3 Ohio with the lead. And batting now is Thomas Eitner. And this is shot to first, knocked down there, rolls into shallow right, run comes in to score. It is 16-4. That is ruled an error. That is Ohio's second error of the night. Eitner on the shot towards first. And it was back of the bag. That was hit pretty hard. Aaron Levy was the one that had that knock off his glove. One gone, bases loaded, 3 in for the Rockets, 16-4 now. And that one gets away. It's a wild pitch. It's 16-5 now. on a 4-run ninth. As the Rockets continue to add on here and put a good face on this one, but you got to get 27 outs in a game. And Ohio is 2 runs shy of that. Murphy, the batter now for Toledo, with runners on second and third. 1-0 is flown foul, third base side out of play. This is Danny Murphy, freshman from Cleveland Heights. First plate appearance for him tonight. Hatfield was the one that scored there. Sorry, Davis scored there. It's an unearned run. Schwartzberger also scored in this inning. 1-2 pitch, cut on foul down the line and left. 1 away here in the ninth, 16-5 Ohio. Bobcats want to get 2 more outs and end this thing. Murphy's their center fielder, 2 in scoring position here. And the pitch. Outside, it's 2-2. Sometimes the 26th and 27th outs, no matter the game, are the hardest to get. And that's where Ohio's at right now. 2-2 the count with 1 away. And here it is. Cut on foul, third base side out of play. Four here for the Rockets in the ninth. Ohio with 5 in the third, 4 in the fifth, 5 in the sixth, 2 in the eighth. Called strike 3. Broski on the strikeout. 2 gone. And finally, we're at the opportunity for out number 27 on the night. Second and third, the runners, 2 gone. Bobcats up by 11. Here is John Cervello, who is a 0 for 4 hitter tonight with 2 strikeouts. We'll conclude this dance at the end of action tonight. Pre-game show tomorrow at 12:50. There's a strike. It's 0-1. It will be a long day at the ballpark, so pack a lunch. You get extra credit if you listen from start to finish, which, that's an interesting Saturday for you. That misses outside. It's 1-1. If you have no affiliation, parent, or friend, and you are listening back home wherever you are to 2 games tomorrow, that would be something. Fly ball foul, first base side, headed towards the hill and out of play. And the Rockets are down to their last strike. But I'm not going to tell you how to spend your Saturday, and so if you wish to listen to every word tomorrow, you have that opportunity starting at 12:50. And the first one will start at 1 o'clock. 9-inning game to follow. Ohio hopefully has a chance for a sweep, but you got to win game 2. Got to get the last out here. 1-2 pitch. That hit him, and the bases are loaded. Cervello on for the first time tonight. And so sometimes that 27th out is the hardest one to get. Ohio on top by 11. 2 gone, bases loaded. This one's fouled back to the screen. It is 0-1. David Jeffers, the batter now. Second plate appearance for him. 2 away here in the ninth. 0-1 strike. It is 0-2. And this outstanding night for Ohio is 1 strike away from ending with it painted green and white. 0-2 fouled back. Ohio will improve to 6-8 at home this season. 14 home games. Rockets will fall to 5-15 away from home. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Ball game over, and paint this one green and white. Ohio wins it. Final score, Ohio 16, Toledo 5. Line score for the Bobcats, 16 runs, 10 hits, 2 errors. For the Rockets, 5 runs, 7 hits, 1 error. The Bobcats improved to 9-22 on the season. The Rockets fall to 10-20 on the year. They are 1-7 in the MAC. Ohio is 4-6 in the MAC. Took about 3.5 hours in front of a couple hundred here to see it. Eddie cut the win. He is now 2-1 on the year. The loss, tonight's starter, Michael Jacob for the Rockets. He is now 2-5. Game 1 tomorrow, 1 o'clock, doubleheader, remember that. For all activities going on here tomorrow, check out OhioBobcats.com. Yard sales, spring game, and more here tomorrow in Athens. Thanks to Lindsay and Adam back in our WOUB studios. I'm Russ Eisenstein, repeating tonight's final. Ohio 16, Toledo 5. That's the ball game. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Doubleheader here in Athens. Good night. This is Bobcat Baseball on AM 1340 WOUB.